Shalom.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah,
Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostle, Great Millstone. The salutation and much love. You ought to come out and push out his words with sincerity. All right, and these are brothers from Tampa. We came out here to fellowship with the brothers, the Akim from Orlando. All right, we're doing a real unity camp. All right, and we coming out here to bring out the words and the prophecies of YAHAWASHI, whom you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ. All right, which little do you know, the Heavenly Father is bringing mass death and destruction upon America. Right. That's in his heart to bring this for the atrocities that have been committed upon the children of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of course the scattered ones among the other nations. All right. So really, bring out whatever you got. Let's go with the spirit. Bring it out.
This is Ecclesiastes 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecy.
That's right, man. So we're supposed to be what? Occupied in this prophecy, giving our minds over to the law, statutes, commandments, really the words of YAHAWASHI. That's what we're supposed to be giving our mind over to, not giving our mind over to these women, all right, giving our mind over to the folly of this world, looking to see what kind of nonsense we can get into tonight. Nah, well, first and foremost, we deal with what the scriptures say, all right, and then most importantly, we deal with prophecy, man. And the prophecy tell us that great death and destruction is coming to the shores of America. So of course we're going to be in a contrite spirit, all right, a broken and contrite spirit, because we know that atrocities, many miseries are coming to this land. Get a second Ezra 8:50 real quick. Real quick. Let's about to get that real quick. Whoever gets it.
Second Ezra 8, verse 15. 50 rather. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that are in Slakia. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
That's right, man. So many great miseries, many horrible times, many times of confusion. We're talking about martial law, all right, race riots, civil war, World War III. All right, babies getting killed in front of you, your wife getting raped in front of you and put to death. All right, grown men, military men dying from fear. That's the times that is coming on the planet Earth, and especially here in America. All right, that's what we're here for. We want to talk about truth. This is the truth, man. The truth is, like the scriptures say, that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. All right, because what? Once you find out the atrocities and the great calamities that the Lord is bringing, then you become without care, man, because you know that none of this nonsense that you've been putting your heart into is working, man, except for the Heavenly Father's will. All right, and that's what we're out here to warn our people about, man. We're not out here to warn no Edomites, no Ishmaelites. We're out here to warn the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? Whether they look like so-called white men, whether they look like Chinese men, we're out here to warn our people of the upcoming calamities, all right? We're out here to warn our people. That's it.
This is St. John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
That's right. So we know the truth, man. And guess what? We free. Unlike the rest of you simpletons out here that have no idea what's going on in the world, you're locked in the bondage of your mind. All right, the word, the Heavenly Father's word, all right, YAHAWASHI's word has set us free. All right, we don't wonder what's going on. What's the purpose of life? Why are we here? That's things you worry about, because we've already moved on past that stage. We've been set free through the words of the Heavenly Father and the Son, and we're here to set others free through the words of YAHAWASHI, whether they hear, whether they forbear, all right? Because all our job is to do is to warn you, whether you want to believe us or not. That doesn't make us lose sleep at night. If you don't believe us, then death and destruction may come upon you, all right?
Right.
Because what? The Lord's word has set us free, the truth. And what is truth? The words of the Lord is truth, man. The scripture tells you to worship him in spirit and in truth. Water.
Bring it out.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Incredulity means strong unbelief, man. So those that don't believe, it's not going to bother us. Like the scriptures say, don't let it bother us. All right? Give Romans 3:3, real quick. Because a lot of people are not going to believe this because the Lord don't want them to believe it. The scripture said, if the gospel be hid, it be hid to them that are lost. So we're not dumbfounded or you know, crying, oh, why can't he get it? The Lord don't want you to get it, so we don't lose sleep over it. If a nigga can't get it, we moving on.
Right. Verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So if you don't believe, death unto you and your family, all right?
Right.
That's what the Bible says, all right? If you don't want to believe what the Lord got to say, which we speak in his words, then you're no good unto the Lord. You're just stubble for the fire, all right? You're missile food. You're useless. You're a useless eater and a space waster, all right? You got to be destroyed with the rest of this place.
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
That's right. So what if that's beautiful. So what if they don't believe? You know, Jason. So what? So what? And so what if you don't believe? That's not going to change nothing. All right. You not believing doesn't change anything. Nothing. It doesn't change our opinion. It doesn't change the fact of the matter of the scriptures. All right. It doesn't change anything except for your own destruction. All right. As soon as you open your mouth saying gainsaying against the Lord, all right, trying to anyway. Well, then you're gonna just you lining up for destruction, man. You're trying to get your VIP ticket to the nukes. All right. Go ahead.
God forbid!
God forbid, meaning hell no. Your opinion doesn't change anything. The scriptures say that the heart is deceitful above all things. You can know it, right? Because you can feel like, oh, I feel like, well, the first thing I'm going to ask you, is that an opinion or is that a fact? Well, I think, well, oh, you think so, it's an opinion, so it's irrelevant. You don't care about how you feel or how you woke up this morning and what you thought, all right, while you was buttering up the bread. That's irrelevant to what the Lord thinks. And we all about what the Lord said, all right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
All right, so every man that comes up against here, we're going to judge you according to the scriptures. If you're not coming according to what the scriptures say, then you're a liar, and we don't want to hear nothing coming out of your worthless mouth, all right? Nothing coming out of your mouth is useless or useful, all right?
Well, Yahawashi himself said, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living waters.
The key word is as the scriptures have said.
Right.
You know? So you get, we're coming out of the scripture, so if you have a problem with what we're saying, then you have a problem with the scripture. All right? I got one quick one. Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Kind of, a lot of people like to come by here like, you guys are hate mongers, you guys are pushing hate. But wait a minute, we're just telling you the truth. Are we your enemy now because we tell you the truth? You claiming to be a Christian and you've been to Catholic school and this and that, but then all of a sudden we reading out the Bible, which you claim to worship or claim to read, and now we're your enemy. You're calling us hate mongerers, and we'll just read it back to you. All right, we'll read the precept 3 times to you, and you'll still say the same thing.
I read the Bible front to back.
Yeah, but then they don't believe in the Bible. You know, as soon as the scriptures come out,
It's written by man.
Then it's written by man, and it's misinterpreted.
Right.
You know, it's this and
Translation.
that. Because what? We're becoming their enemy because we're telling them the truth, and the truth hurts, man. And because what? The truth shall set us free, but the truth is a stumbling block into the wicked, man. You know, it's plain, as Scripture says, it's plain unto the holy, but unto the you're gonna get it, Con.
No, I thought about a precept.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're gonna get it, Con.
I got it.
Okay, bring it out.
Titus chapter 1, verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Yep.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled.
That's right, man. So even unto these wicked ass niggas, hoes, and bimbos out here, all right, everything is defiled unto them, man. This, what seems pure unto us, is really is not pure unto them, because they can't accept nothing pure, man, because they're defiled. And what ultimately they just need that nuclear thermal fire. We're talking about our people, because we couldn't give any cares less than what we actually give about these heathens, man. We don't give 2 shits about it, so how much more Heavenly Father? We're out here for our people, man, just to tell these heathens their judgment. All right?
This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. many shall be purified and made white and tried.
And what are they going to be purified with? This word, man. And they're going to be purified or made white and tried through the adversity, the afflictions that the elect's going to go through, man. So that we can become acceptable men unto Yahawashi, man.
Those are the pure speaking of in Titus chapter 1, verse 15.
That's right. And what's pure is going to be pure unto us, man. Exactly. This word is undefiled, pure. Okay, there's no guile found in this word, man. There's no loopholes. There's no contradictions to them that understand, though. Them that are able to see the pureness of this thing through the spirit power of Yahawashi. And this is going to explain it.
But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand.
So it don't matter how long we out here. We can be out here for 5 hours trying to break down to knuckleheads, a nincompoop, 2/3, but he's not going to understand, or even a heathen, because they're the wicked, especially the self-proclaimed white man, Esau Edom. He's not going to understand no matter what. Finish that.
But the wise shall understand.
The wise shall understand, being the 144,000, beginning with the 144,000, the elect men of Yahawashi. All right, the true prophets, all right, the true servants of Yahawashi. Not these phonies, not the ones faking the funk. We're talking about the true ones that were from the foundations of the earth, are chosen from the foundations of the earth, man, for a holy, glorious calling, man. See, people just walk by and look at us like we just a bunch of niggas and spicks. But little do they know, they walking across the prophets of the Lord, man. They thought the same thing back when Yahawashi was on the scene. They thought the same thing when Jeremiah was on the scene. They thought the same thing. Bucking on horses by prophets, you know, just like that, man. Then the horses out, you know. The horse, they call it horsepower, and Netflix the horsepower with it. And niggas, you know, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Proverbs 28, verse 5. Evil men understand not judgment.
Evil men understand not judgment, man. Because people wondering why all those people got murdered in New Zealand. Well, we understand why. That's judgment from the Heavenly Father. All right, people don't understand why the Pope's Club got shot up. All those flaming homosexuals got put to death. Right. They don't understand why a plane fell out the sky and killed everybody on board. All right, they don't understand why the baby's ball flew into the street and it followed it and got smacked by a bus. Right. But the men of the Lord do, but evil men don't understand judgment. Why? Let's find out.
Proverbs 28 and 5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahawashi understand all things.
The men that are seeking the Lord diligently understand all things. So those that are wicked are not going to understand the Lord because they're not seeking the Lord. They don't care what the Lord got to say. All they're worried about is where they're going to have a drink tonight, what Tito's vodka spot they're going to get tonight, see if they can rent a Tesla tonight, or what slutty whore they're going to get tonight. That's probably taken. She got a Monday nigga, Tuesday nigga, and a Friday nigga, and you just happen to be the sucker she gonna get on Saturday, man.
They just worried about winning.
Yeah, winning. Yeah, that's all they want, winning. But wait a minute, you gotta lose before you can win. For you to really appreciate winning, you have to lose. So that's why we taking the L's in this society, man. The scripture tell you this is not our rest. All right, come up out of her, my people, because what? We're not supposed to be here prospering. All right, yeah, brothers might have a drink or so, you know, with other brothers, you know, have a good time amongst the brother, but we're not out here looking for a social, scholastic Instagram, you know, society, or you know, to be seen of men protesting in front of the vegan building or whatever whatever people got in their minds today, man. We're looking to please Yahawashi, and without get that Hebrews 11 and 6 real quick, because a lot of people say, oh yeah, I trust God, you know, he's my, you know, I accepted Jesus Christ in my heart. Well, wait a minute, you don't understand the first key ingredient to pleasing the Lord. Bring it up.
This is Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Without faith, it is impossible to please him. Please who, man? The Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Without faith, it is impossible to please him, man. And this is a faithless society. This is a faithless generation, an adulterous generation. The brother read earlier, let not the incredulity of them trouble you, man. Meaning this place is going to be more faithless than to have faith. And you can see it walking around these streets, man.
If I may say this, that's the heavy thing to that the brothers just read, because when you read in Philippians, all right, the scriptures say that all things are possible, and you know, through the Lord YAHAWASHI, man. And to say that it is impossible to please the Lord without faith, then hey, that's a heavy thing. That means heavy, or slack. That means faith is a very important thing that you have to have in this thing, man. You can't just come out here and think that you're doing something and you don't even believe in it, man. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
We'll get it at the beginning of the chapter. Jump up to the top. Because the Spirit had us read about the incredulity of these people, unfaithful people, man.
This is 11.
And that's why it's not supposed to bother us, because who are they, man? They don't believe, so what? We read in Romans 3:3, whatever. That should not deter you from the truth whatsoever. Romans 8 tells you that nothing should be able to take you out of the truth. Angels, principalities, powers, nothing, man. So if you see how strong the faith amongst the brotherhood is, then the hell with these people, man. We see it, all right? Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of all hope for. The things hoped for. The evidence things that are not seen.
The evidence of things not seen, man. We don't see the kingdom of heaven yet. The scripture tell you, I have not seen, ear have not heard. We haven't seen it yet. But what? We believe it. We have faith that YAHAWASHI is going to keep hold to his promises, man. The promises he gave unto our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. All these promises that have been promised to our forefathers and to us through the Spirit, hey, we wholeheartedly believe that it's going to happen. All right, we don't think that, we're not looking forward to the 2020 elections. All right, who's going to be in the White House next? We don't give a damn who's going to be in the White House. Regardless, America's going to be destroyed. Right. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Bernie Sanders, all right? Whether it's Dave Chappelle, all right? It don't matter who's in the house, man. America's going to be destroyed. Coast to coast, man. And we believe that through faith, all right? We wholeheartedly believe that this place is going to go up in nuclear fire. Missiles, man, it's going to destroy this place. Right? And through the Spirit, just like in the days of Noah, a lot of you people are going to be out here in the same nonsense spirit, having the good old time, ringing the bells on your bike. You see? You see?
Experience, man.
Hey, man, he going to be ringing that until the missiles drop, man.
I got a quick one.
Bring it out.
This book of Hosea, chapter 14, verse 9. Who is wise? And he shall understand these things. Prudent, and he shall know them. For the ways of the Lord Yahawah are right, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgressors shall fall therein.
That's right, man. So the ways of the Lord are right in the eyes of those that are sincerely seeking him, those righteous men that wholeheartedly believe in him through faith. All right, the spirit power of YAHAWASHI are following him and doing what he's commanded. But what? What it say at the end? It says that
it's just like a
pretty much it's a ditch unto those, because somebody might come across here and hear this word, and it's going to cause them to hate us for it, man.
It says, but the transgressors shall fall therein.
Yeah, the transgressors shall fall therein, because they don't believe in the Heavenly Father. They believe in what the church tells them, what the church is nothing but diarrhea of their mouth. Right. The only thing they teach you at church is how to be a sodomite, a flaming homosexual, all right, how to steal from your mother, how to get your marriage right. When this society is collapsing, you go into church to how to get your marriage right. How about getting yourself right, man, before the Lord comes back and destroys this place, man? Right. You know, this place is full of stumbling blocks to our people, man. You know, every corner you turn, whether it's Magnolia and Central Boulevard, man, there's a stumbling block every corner for Jake, man, except for right here. But this really is the gateway, right? Because we're leading our people into YAHAWASHI. But what? It's a stumbling block for too many of our people, because what? They're so indoctrinated and brainwashed by the society, first and foremost by the self-proclaimed white man, Esau Edom, that they come across us and they hate. They have so much self-hatred that they can't really believe this, because it's too much for them, you know? Niggas and spics are chosen people, and you guys are crazy. I'm just gonna go over there and have a drink and fill on some asses. That's the highlight of his life, man. Here it is, we telling me the best people, we're gonna get salvation on a beautiful scale, never been seen before. But he just wanna be a nigga doing layups and squeezing on some tits, you
Bro,
know, asses, man.
when
Which ain't nothing wrong with that, but shit, man. We got something more important up here, man.
Yo, I mean, when we heard this, man, we was like, yo, we stopped everything we was doing, bro. Like, yo, I gotta learn this. I didn't know the Bible was real like that. Yo, let me watch another video. Yo, the hell with that party. I'm about to watch some of these videos, bro. Damn. Like, we telling you that you about to be the kings of the universe. And it says it in the Bible. It says you can be the king of the universe. Ah, nah, it ain't true. What you mean it ain't true? Don't you want it to be true? Right. What else do we got out here? What else do we really have out here? We don't really got nothing.
That goes to show you the so-called Israelite, or the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, their self-esteem has been stomped down to the ground, you know, through oppression, right, through the slavery, right, and our slave master has demoralized our people. They can't really think of themselves better than their oppressor, man. The only thing they see is their oppressor, and that's the cap right there. All right, well, the so-called white man can do it, so I might be able to reach that standard. But they can't see themselves overcoming the enemy because they got that Stockholm syndrome, man.
What you were just saying. This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. I'm gonna hit verse 4 though. It said, "We fools account his life madness, and his end to be without honor."
And that's right. That's what you people look at us like, man. They thinking that we crazy out here. Right. That what we're doing is without honor. That our lives are being wasted. They come by to get jobs. You guys losers, this and that. But really, they don't have faith. They can't see what we got. Or they can't see what we got coming for us, man.
And this is what Esau said.
One second, bro. Before you read that, let me read this precept, and it's gonna go with that. This is Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. It says, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee. Right. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying,"
meaning they looking at us with side, you know, they look at these niggas, man. Right. Good job, niggas. Good job. Right. Look at them niggas over there, man.
Shaking their head, like, look at these guys, man.
They think they're the people of the Lord.
It says they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?"
Yeah, right. That's what, when we tell the people that we're the chosen people of the Lord, they look at us like, wait a minute. Y'all the same people who shooting each other in the hoods. Y'all the ones gang banging, get the MS-13, the Crips, the Bloods, Latin Kings. That's y'all. Y'all the people of the Lord. Get out of here. You know?
You a lie. It says the joy of the whole earth.
The joy of the whole earth, because ultimately, hey, what's Scripture say? When the righteous rule, the people will rejoice, man. Because really, ultimately, when the people of the Lord are set up in rulership, the whole world is going to rejoice. Not like the rulership of the so-called white man, where it's nothing but tears and mourning everywhere you go, man. Blood back and beyond, man.
Blood back and beyond. Let me read verse 16. It says, "All thine enemies have opened their mouths against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say,"
all our enemies, man, not just the self-proclaimed white man, all of them. All these enemies.
"They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we've looked for. We have found it. We have seen it."
So real quick, man, that was years ago though. Yeah. When all our people were just down, nobody was coming up against a self-proclaimed white man. You know, Jake was just bending over backwards, taking it, you know, no Vaseline. Them days are over. Now you got the prophets of the Lord out here boldly proclaiming the truth, boldly telling you Edomites that you the devil that the Bible speaks of, boldly telling our people to come back and realize that you the Heavenly Father's chosen people, man. Them days are long gone, man, where y'all could run us out the restaurants, you know, no what they say, no colors, no Mexicans, no dogs. Them days are over, man. Now it's the time for YAHAWASHI's chosen to rise up and to cast this place down spiritually, man.
Right.
Casting these strongholds down.
Right.
All right, letting his kingdom know that it's on the way out, man. And everybody included anyway. Anybody that want to take heed and partake of this kingdom is going to go down with this kingdom.
That's right.
So, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5:4, "We fools account his life madness, as end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of power? And his lot is among the saints."
Yeah, these Edomites are bugged out, man. They're looking at us like, wait a minute, I thought we were the Israelites.
Right.
I thought we were the Jewish people. How were they numbered amongst the chosen people?
They never finished.
I know that guy. He was locked up and he was doing this. Them niggas, nah, that can't be. Them niggas are from the hood. Them niggas gang banging. Them niggas doing this, doing that. Yeah, they're doing this and that, man. And that's what that's the same rhetoric they come to the Lord with. Like, look, they eating pork, they doing this. But wait a minute, we're in your captivity. We ain't got no choice, man. Where the scripture say we're gonna eat our bread and fall among the heathen. Hey, it's the feast of unleavened bread, brothers. Go crazy trying to read the damn ingredients, man. You can't even buy cheese. Some of the cheese is because you got leaven in it, man.
Just yesterday, I was telling the brothers earlier, I went grocery shopping, and man, I literally almost had to spend $100 for just 3 days worth of food because I had to just to buy stuff without yeast. You had to actually buy expensive shit, man. Because that's how Esau makes it, man. He makes all the good stuff without, because yeast leads to a lot of disease.
Yeah, it's killing.
That processed food got some sort of shit in it, man.
And hey, that's just absurd, man. Even turkey slices for to make it, simple shit, man.
But wait, we the only ones that call it out, and that's why people say, using it. Because we just, if we ain't got the garments on, we just, brothers might be at a bar or something. Maybe just looking at us like they see something's different. But then if they find out about us, they're gonna be like, hey, that niggas ain't. Yeah.
Well, when you at the grocery store and brothers be looking at the ingredients, you sitting there looking at the ingredients, people walking by you like, what's wrong with this nigga over here looking at the ingredients? Like, this nigga's fucking just buy the shit. Right. But nah, nigga, I ain't trying to go off, man.
They don't have to fear the Lord.
Fear the Lord, yeah.
That's the faith for them.
Go ahead, bro.
This is what Esau and all these nations say. Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
Yeah, man, that's Esau, man. Esau Edom. He wearied himself in the way of destruction, man. Get Isaiah 59, start at 3, man. Esau is the father of destruction, man. All the way going back, the father of destruction and death. Going all the way back to the Garden of Eden, all right? Like Don. He was really Cain, right? He reincarnated as Esau, but he was in that Cain spirit, man. The father of death and destruction, man. And anywhere he goes, he brings it with him, all right? Nowhere on the planet you can show me bring some facts out where the self-proclaimed white man has been and death and destruction has not followed. You give me one example and I'll stop preaching.
Pack it all up.
But it ain't gonna happen because everywhere the Lord has sent these devils, they have brought death and destruction.
Right.
All right. We got that. You got it. 59 start at 3.
This is Isaiah 59 and 3. For your hands are defiled with blood.
Your hands are defiled with blood. Because what is the so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man, known for? How did he get this land? All right. How did the indigenous people of this land get taken over? How about the Caribbean islands? The so-called Negroes that was brought here on slave ships.
Rape, rob, and murder.
Blood, all right? Blood is on the hands of your forefathers,
right.
All right? You self-proclaimed white people. Go ahead.
And your fingers with iniquity.
And your fingers with iniquity, all right? This place was established on iniquity. America was established on rape, robbery, murder, lies, and deceit. Go ahead.
Your lips have spoken lies.
Your lips have spoken lies, man. So we don't believe anything you self-proclaimed white people got to say anymore. You Edomites, all right? I'll say that. You Edomites, we ain't believe nothing that comes out of your mouth. For the last 500 years, you've done nothing but lie to our people, man. You've whitewashed the history. There's a thing called iconoclasm, and we found out. We did our research, and we understand that you so-called white people are the devil the Bible speaks of, right? And the word devil just means slanderer, deceiver, and a false accuser. Keep on into Isaiah, though.
Your tongue have mustered preservedness.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
Yep.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their father.
The Bible said prepare slaughter for his children. Whose children? Whose children is slaughter being prepared for? That's right, brother. These so-called white people out here, man, which their real nationalities, Edomites, all right? And Hebrews, Adawan meaning red, all right? Adawan means red. And there's no such thing as white people. Right? That's the term that came around in 1681.
Social construct.
Yeah, so social construct to brainwash the society, all right, making people think that the Europeans were pure and holy and undefiled, and then the dark-skinned people were black. They were dark. They're evil. All right, that comes around in 1681. All right, that's nothing but a facade and a lie, and we're bringing it out. All right.
You look those words up in a dictionary, and you look at the word white. Yeah, like your brother said, pure, innocent. Okay, and black just means like negative, death, sickly, it's everything negative.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
But now the truth is coming out. The real black people is the self-proclaimed white man, the Caucasian race. All Right? And really the word Caucasian goes back to Caucasus Mountains, which is in the Georgia, Russia area, the Caucasus Mountains, man.
Which means cave dwellers.
Cave dwellers. All right, because there was a time when the self-proclaimed white man was chased away as a thief, according to Job 30. All right, and nobody wanted him around, so they pushed him up into the mountains, and that's where they get the idea of cavemen. All right, the true history of the self-proclaimed white man is cavemen. All right. Right. Right, there's no evolution. People didn't evolve from monkeys to cavemen to human beings as you see today. No, you went from the caves. All right, you didn't even have a language. Let's read it out of the Bible. Job 30. Because this is all according to the Bible. You know, we don't make this up. We do our research and we just bring it out from the Bible. You got a question?
Yeah. So, I mean, just based on my appearance, do you guys got an issue with me?
No, that's why we say self-proclaimed or so-called. Because we have...
So, like, I refer to myself as a white guy, but I guess that's just like what I've always... You know, it's just what I've been told.
Give me a couple minutes to answer your question.
Way it's been. I know that's not a white color.
Okay, yeah. Well,
but that's
so
what I've always been raised, you know?
Let me ask you one question before I answer your question. What's your father's nationality? What's his lineage go back to?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, the reason we say so-called and self-proclaimed white man is because they're not, like you just admitted, there's no such thing as white skin. The Edomites, according to the Bible, are the wicked of the earth, evil, right? The evil seed on this planet. They have gone and created these social constructs, like the brother said. So just because you look like a so-called white man, you could look like a so-called Asian, you look like a so-called African, a so-called Arab, but you might still pertain to our people. That's why we say so-called. These are just words to draw people in because today they don't. If we were out here saying Edomites and Israelites and Moabites and Ishmaelites, you would have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah. So we say these things to draw them in. Just like the Lord, are you familiar with the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?
I believe the Bible.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I understand. I've read the Bible. I understand.
All right, cool. Yeah. But check this out. The Messiah, the one that people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he sent out his disciples as what? Fishers among men. So we got to use some kind of bait to draw them in.
Fair enough.
All right. So and then at the end, we can throw the bad fish back into the water and keep the good fish. So those words are nothing more than bait. Because now you see these signs and read Jesus a Negro. Not a white man, you're gonna come inquire about it. You see these names up here, you're gonna come.
So it's the same concept Jerry Springer used.
No.
Jerry Springer offered.
This is Job chapter 30, verse 5. They were driven forth from among men.
This is talking about the so-called white man that Edomites according to the Bible. This is the true so-called white man's nationality and his history, because he likes to say he's the last samurai. He's the Egyptians. He's everybody but his true nationality. Now we're going to give you the true nationality and history of the so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man, which is an Edomite.
This is Job 30, verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Yep. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, and caves of the earth.
And the caves of the earth, we're talking about the Caucasus Mountains. Go ahead.
And in the rocks, among the bushes, they brayed. Under the nettles, they were gathered together, and that's where when you get the idea of cavemen and they were grunting, that's what that's talking about. I said among.
So the Lord does not change.
The Lord ain't just stopped hating you Edomites, contrary to popular belief. All right, the Lord ain't coming back to save everybody, man. You devils are still gonna get your judgment.
Yeah, and you know he was an Edomite. You know we try to be cordial with the man, but. The Spirit always reveals it, man. Like he said he got a question, but he just wanted to go on and bring out his rhetoric because he's trying to seek mercy. If we would have let him, he would have been out here crying, you know, trying to seek mercy. It's too late for you, man. It's too late for you Edomites, man. Your children, your women, and your old folks, they're going into slavery, man. All right? And I can't wait till the Lord brings his judgment back, man, until he brings his host to crack them skies to bring havoc upon you people, man.
Right.
Because we're gonna take part in putting you people into slavery, Lord's will, man. Right? We're gonna be some of the people, well, not you people, because you people are gonna die in these nuclear flames, man. You people are gonna utterly be destroyed.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of YAHAWASHI.
Wisdom is the breath and the power of YAHAWASHI, man. So without wisdom, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got the power of the Most High, man. Wisdom is the what say power and the what?
wisdom, power. It say, for she is the breath of the power of Yahawah.
She's the breath of the power, man. And what the Most High breathed unto Adam, man? What did Ezekiel talk about, man? You know, without this, you're dead. Yeah, without that breath of wisdom, you're dead. You're dead. With all this is the valley of the dry bones Ezekiel was talking about, man. All these people walking around having a good time, but really you're dead. You're dead in the eyes of their Heavenly Father.
That's awesome.
And a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
A pure influence, man. Flowing from the Almighty, man. Because what? Wisdom influences us to do right. Wisdom influences us to do better. And what knowledge, wisdom, and understanding gonna be the stability of our times, man. It's gonna be that life we need, that lifeline, like what's that show? How to Be a Millionaire? How to Be a Millionaire? Yeah, How to Be a Millionaire. Or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You know, you got the lifelines. Well, wisdom is that main lifeline you need, man.
And you went into this earlier. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her.
That no defiled thing can fall into it, just like it says, wisdom should not enter into a malicious soul. And if a nigga can't get it, he can't get it, man.
That's right. I got it right here. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter.
Yeah, man, that's talking about our people, man, because obviously wisdom ain't gonna enter into these heathen. But you got these malicious niggas and spics out here, all right? Somebody get the etymology up in there. Let's say malicious. Let's see what malicious mean, man. And I guarantee you it's going to be 99% of these niggas out here, man. And when I say nigga, I'm talking about these spics, tontos, all right, Negroes, man and woman, all right?
This quote, this is malicious. The etymology, it goes mid-13th century, harboring ill will, enmity, or hostility.
Yeah.
It says showing ill will, spiteful, wicked.
Yeah, these people are wicked and they show ill will unto the Heavenly Father by going against His law, statutes, and commandments, man. Unpleasant. These people are unpleasant to the sight of the Lord, man. The Lord is disgusted when He sees the wicked acts of our people, man. You got our women out here like whores, showing their bodies, trying to get the so-called white men to pay them for the night so they can go do some atrocities, man, to themselves. They're ill will, man. They're ill to themselves.
Chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Yeah, wisdom is the principal thing, all right? Wisdom, go ahead.
Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding.
That's right. With all that getting, get understanding. Get that in Acts, the Ethiopian eunuch. What's that, 4? Acts 4?
Acts 8.
Acts 8, Water. Because what? With all that wisdom, you got to get understanding. Because you can have wisdom that a tomato is technically a fruit, but you don't put a tomato in a fruit basket, you know, with apples and bananas and strawberries, man. That would be understanding, you know. You got the wisdom that the tomato is a fruit, but now you got to apply it. You got to be able to apply it. That's when the knowledge and wisdom comes together. Because all this information you get, which would be wisdom of scriptures, you got to be able to know how to apply it, when to apply it, and how, you know, all the who, what's, where's, and why's, you know.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, she is not manifest unto many.
That's right, she is not manifest unto many, man. So that's another thing, man. You can't take wisdom lightly, man. You can't take it for granted. Because she's not manifested unto many, man. Not no Joe Schmo nigga on the block's gonna get this wisdom and understanding. All right? Not everybody's gonna receive the knowledge of the Heavenly Father that you're an Israelite. Or I mean, they might hear it, but are they gonna accept it? Is the Lord gonna allow that to enter into them? If it's a malicious soul, it's not gonna enter into them, man. So it's something that be really what's the word? Cherished, man. Wisdom is to be cherished.
Right. Back in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 8. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor.
That's right, you're supposed to exalt wisdom, man. Not exalt yourself. It said exalt her, and she will bring thee into honor.
Because what? The scriptures say wisdom maketh the face to shine, man. Right. And that's how you're going to be honored, because just like Moses was honored because of the wisdom that the Lord gave him, man. He came down and people looked at him and all, man. You know, he was honored because of the great wisdom that he had.
He exalted her, man. He didn't come down with his doctrine. He came down with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Lord gave unto him, man. The wisdom. Sophia.
Shalaki, that's what I can say. We should let that light shine, man. Don't hide it, you know? That's why I said promote these. You got to
That's right, man. You're supposed to promote it, man. You're not supposed to hide it under a bushel, all right? You're not supposed to bury it in the dirt. You're supposed to magnify it, exhort it, all right? Let it be known, all right? We're supposed to be likened unto a lighthouse, man. All right, a lighthouse in the midst of darkness can be seen very far away, man. And that's what we are. We're the light in the midst of darkness through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI on our side. All right? The Lord, which is the light, came into us, and now it's our job to magnify that light, man. It's like using a magnifying scope, man. Use the sun to magnify the light, to burn the little ants. Just using that as an example. But boy, we got to magnify this light, man. We got to put it so everybody can see it, man.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
Yeah, we are the light of the world, man. Through what? Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI on our side, man. We are the light of the world in the midst of this darkness, man. This evil, perverse nation, this evil, perverse society, this evil, perverse kingdom, man. This is the only light right now, man. People walking by in gross darkness, walking aimlessly, don't know what's going on, where they going, how the day's gonna end, what's coming in the future. But here it is, the light is the way to salvation. Because what are lights used for? To guide you a certain way. We're trying to guide you to salvation, man, through the spirit and power of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Right?
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
That's right, man. The Lord has said that His prophets on a hill, man. So it's first of all, it's impossible for you to hide. So it's pointless for you to hide this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So what? But we're on a hill, just like a lighthouse would be far seen in the distance. Well, what? That city is going to be seen in the distance on that hill, man. You're going to see that hill, that city on the hill coming from a distance, man. And that's what we're to be unto our people, man. A beacon of light. Because what? If a ship is lost in the sea, they see a lighthouse. It's a beacon of light. It's hope for them, man. And that's us spiritually, because we're not doing nothing. We're just the middlemen, all right? And we're just set up to lead our people to that light, man. That was it.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'll start at 3, but the point's going on further. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that they should overtake you as a thief.
Sorry, read that again.
Verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that they should overtake you as a thief.
That's right. We're not in darkness, man. So the day of the Lord is not going to overtake us as a thief, man. Because we see things clearly, right? We're not the three blind mice out here. We can't see where we're going. We see the things very clearly because it's broad daylight unto us. All right, there's a big spotlight leading our way, guiding us through, just like in the time of Exodus, when the Lord was that chariot, by day as a shadow or as a cloud, and by night as the light, man. So the light is leading us right now through the spirit power of YAHAWASHI on our side.
I got it.
Okay. Back in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 5, it says, ye are all the children of light.
Yeah, he talking to the Israelites, not everybody.
Yeah,
ye are all. He's talking about the Israelites, and most specifically the prophets of the Lord. Right? The chosen, among the chosen.
Yeah, you know what? God. It says, but ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. Yep. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others.
Yeah, we're not sleeping as do others, man. Here it is. It's the middle of the night, spiritually. Because what? These people are in gross darkness. That's when the most wickedness is committed. But what? We're awake. We're wide awake.
God. So it says, what was I at? God. It says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
That's right. We're watching and we're sober. Meaning we're not given to all these different philosophies being tossed to and fro. All right, we're giving them to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. All right, like Esau say, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, you know.
Help you God. Verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night.
They that sleep, sleep in the night, meaning in complete darkness, and with complete utter wickedness. All right, these people are sleeping because they're what? They're dead. All right, because what it said, there be some of us, what's it say, them that sleep shall rise with the Lord, meaning they're dead.
Yeah,
But what? These people are spiritually dead. They're asleep, man. And you know, Jacob like to say, oh man, this nigga sleep, man. Nigga sleep, man. These people are dead. All right, spiritually. But what? The life, like we read earlier, all right, that breath of wisdom, it's been breathed unto us, and now we are alive. We've been quickened through the Spirit. Right?
And they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
These people are all drunk, and not on the spirits, man. Well, actually on the spirits, but not the physical. Yeah, not the vodka though. You know.
But let us who are of the day be sober.
Yeah, let us who are of the day, meaning of the light, of the truth. All right, of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, be sober. Not giving unto these false philosophies, not giving unto these idolatrous acts, all this wickedness, man. The scripture tells you that to follow a multitude to do wickedness, man. We're not supposed to follow after there because the scripture tells you, he that wandereth out the way, what's it called?
Congregation wandered.
Remain in the congregation of the dead, meaning you in the congregation of the heathen. The heathen are dead, man, spiritually. And the 2/3 are dead, so you're gonna remain in that congregation if you wander out the ways of the Lord, man. Because now you're physically, spiritually dead.
If I may say this, that's why in Ezekiel 37 it refers to the Israelites as dry bones, man. Because they've taken on the ways of the heathens, man, which have no life.
That light.
All right, what gives you life is the breath of YAHAWASHI, which is that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord, man. All right, because if you don't have the breath, if you don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of YAHAWASHI, then you're dead, man. That's it. It's plain and simple. You're dead.
Put it right here next to
all right? You know, you get these guys that try to come up with all these different doctrines. But guess what, man? You ain't got no life, and there ain't no life to your words, man.
That
because
light
at
was
the end
cool.
of the day, the Lord ain't with you, man. All right, and at the end of the day, your words are going to be are vanity, man. All right, it's all in nothing, man. All right.
It says, put it on the breastplate of faith and love for an helmet, and it's like the hope of salvation. And I got a precept on the brother talking about the breath of life there. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 24. Verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. We'll bring it again if that's the case. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For
wisdom is pure, man. Wisdom is not defiled. I did the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father, man. It's nothing that there's no like critique point where you can get at, but like there's no loophole, there's no downside of it. It's pure, man. It's pure. It's the way of life, really. If you hearken unto wisdom, which is really the words you have by Shemal Shai, then you're gonna live a perfect life, and that's what the Israelites are gonna live in the kingdom. That's right.
Okay. Verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High.
See, there it goes again, man. She is the breath of the power, meaning that's what the Lord breathes into you, man. That wisdom, that understanding. That's what he breathed into Adam. All right? That's what he breathed into those dry bones. And then put the sinews and the flesh on them. Their wisdom, man. The understanding. They, like the brother read earlier, with all I get understanding, man. You can't just get the wisdom, man. It's a combo package, man. And if you don't get it all, then you don't get it. You know, you either get it or you don't. There ain't no in-betweens. All right, maybe like, say like the dude that came on the Apostle Common Board, 40%. He was 40% right, but 60% wrong. No, it's either 100 or none, man.
Right. Straight up. Apostle said, I'd like to see how you came up with that ratio. 60,
you come to say this. We at the feast of unleavened bread, a little bit of leaven the whole lump.
There you go. You either have no leaven or you have some leaven, or you have leaven. There's no in between, man. And that's why you got to purge that leaven out, man. You got to get rid of that leaven. You can't leave no leaven in the house, just like you can't spiritually leave no leaven in you, man. You got to purge. You got to get rid of it.
Right? The whole thing.
Yeah, because hey, really, when you think about it, it's two ways. That house being the temple of the Lord, man. You got to take that leaven out, man. You know, and when you see it in the spiritual sense, you can't just keep it out for 7 days and then you just go back to the nigga you was after 7 days. You got to continue to pray to the Lord, man. You know, and Apostle Tahar, you know, we seen a video from 2015, the Passover. Apostle Tahar said you can't just come into the Passover thinking that the Lord's going to give you a whole new slate, man. At the end of the day, the Passover will come and go, and you still a wicked nigga, and the Lord's going to judge you, man. It ain't no new play. All right, Lord, I'm done being. I was a nigga. Committed adultery right before the Passover. Now you gotta forgive me because I went through the Passover.
I ate some lamb. Yeah. And Lord is gonna kill you for eating that lamb, man, unworthily.
I put off the leaven for 7 days, Lord. I did what you said. Nah, man, the Lord's gonna judge you niggas for the atrocities that you continue to commit,
Because
man.
that's what's the leaven of the wicked scribes and Pharisees? Hypocrisy, man. You can't be a hypocrite when you come to the Lord, man. Go ahead.
God. It says, for she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her.
That's right. No, read that again. No defiled thing.
Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her.
Yeah, so no defiled nigga out here is gonna receive wisdom, man. You're not worthy. That's why the Spirit had Apostle Tahar do that video about not casting that the pearls before the swine. You know, if they're not worth it, they ain't worth it, man. That's why you gotta feel. Hey, you see a nigga on the street, you gonna tell him he's Israelite. The Lord, you gonna tell him the name of the Lord. That's throwing the pearls before the swine, man. Scripture tell you to approve a brother first. You know, you're just telling everybody they're Israelites, man. Even though you know the scriptures do tell you get the blood off your hands, but you know some people just ain't worthy. Some people just need to die in their ignorance, and that's what the scriptures tell you, that they're gonna die in their incredulity, man. So whether they hear or whether they don't hear, they're gonna die regardless. Some people just ain't meet for repentance, man.
Let's get to the next verse here. It says, verse 26, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light.
She's the brightness of that everlasting light. That's what makes that light shine, man. That wisdom, man. And that wisdom can be seen afar off, man. Because what? This is a world of darkness, man. Here it is them that sleep. Let's say them that sleep at night. Well, what? This light is. If you get a flashlight in a dark ass room, nothing but darkness, that light is gonna stick out amongst everything else, man. And that's this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of YAHAWASHI.
For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High.
The unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, man. So wisdom is a reflection of the Heavenly Father and His Son, man, which is perfect and pure, like the brother just read. It's a mirror of the Lord, because how do you get the wisdom? Through His Word. And His Word is not corruptible, man. His Word ain't no, like, people like to find loopholes or some contradictions. Hey, you're not going to find it. Your head going to turn blue before you find it, man. Because what? This is the reflection, the mirror of the Heavenly Father, man. Wisdom. Go ahead.
It says, in the image of His goodness, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new.
Yeah. How did she make us new, man? You get this wisdom, you become a new man.
Right.
It through the washing of the Word, you know, which is what? This wisdom. Right? This Word is the wisdom, man. You're not gonna get wisdom by just walking around, you know, like a simpleton like these people, man. You gotta diligently seek her, and then when she proves you, then she's gonna dwell with you, you know.
It's Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
The renewing of your mind. How you gonna get renewed? Through this Word, man. The renewing of your mind, which is through this Word. You get born again through this Word. You get washed through this Word. All right, reborn through this Word. Baptized through this Word. All right, we're not going, which ain't nothing wrong. If you brothers want to baptize each other, yeah, go ahead. But the real baptism is through this Word, man. Hey, what Yahawashi tell that woman at the well, man? If you would have drank of this water, you would never thirst, man. This is the living waters right here. So we're not worried about the carnal things. We're worried about the wisdom of the Heavenly Father, man, which is this Word. And that's how we hearken unto the Lord through what? His Word, man. The wisdom that He imparted unto us, man. He was gracious. He was merciful enough, and that everlasting kindness was so great that He was able or saw us meet and worthy to give us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. This mercy, man. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahawah.
That's right, man. How we gonna do that? By talking the talk and walking the walk, man. All right, not being just hearers of the word, but doers also. All right, taking in this light, and then what? Magnifying it, man. You know, you could just because this light, man. It just, you know, a way I could use that, because I say magnify. Maybe some brothers don't understand. Just like the talents the Lord gave, that was wisdom and knowledge that He imparted unto them. And what? They had to multiply it, man. And then when He comes back, he gonna charge it with usury, man. He wants His and more back. So that's what we gotta do with the light, man. We gotta magnify it, And then when he come back, like, oh, I gave him this amount of light, and he brought me this amount of light.
Hey, well, if I might say this, the Apostle Tahar went into that video about knowledge increasing, and when you go into that word increase, it means to multiply. Right. You know, so when you increase what the Lord gave you, you multiplying it, man. Right. You increase it, you multiplying it, you making it more, man. You bringing in fruit, man. You increasing the spirit that the Lord gave you, man.
I'll say it. Go ahead. I'll finish this here. Back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages, entering into the holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets.
Yeah, she enters into the holy souls and makes them friends of to the Heavenly Father, man. Because what? Like Yahawashi said, you are no longer my servants, but I call you friends because the servants don't know the will of the master, man. So what? With this wisdom makes you a friend unto the Heavenly Father, by default making you a friend unto Yahawashi. Yeah. Because now you know the will. Now you know the whole shebang. You know everything is going to happen. You got the blueprints to the building. You got the agenda, so to say. Meanwhile, while these people don't know what's going on, man, they're clueless and the darkness, man. While we got the map, right? We got a flashlight and the map. So what? We can guide ourselves through this straight and narrow path. Yeah.
And if I can say this, through wisdom, you're gonna get everything carnal and spiritual in the end. That's right. So why not chase the wisdom so you can get all the benefits of it in the end? It only makes sense. I got a quick brief. If y'all ain't done, this is just to show that wisdom is the best thing that we can be chasing. It's true. This is a Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, starting at 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon YAHAWASHI, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because all gold in respect of her is as little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light of that cometh from her never goeth out.
So you can have a candle, that candle's gonna die, but it's wisdom, that light from the wisdom is never gonna die down, man. And what? King Solomon, the wisest man to live, all right, which is Yahawashi through the spirit reincarnate, but he asked for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding first, and everything else was added onto him, man. Because he knew what? Nothing else was gonna profit him, but what? Through this wisdom and understanding is gonna multiply everything else, and everything's gonna be brought to him on a whole nother level, man. And that's what we are after, man. We're not after these carnal riches. We're not trying to become, everybody looking at us like we King David. You know, we're not looking for nobody to pat us on the back except for the Heavenly Father, man. Exactly. We don't care how people feel, what people say. We don't care about our own family if they come up against us, man. Because ultimately, we have to wisdom, man. We're after the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, and we know if we seek that first, then everything else is going to be added unto us, man. And that's going to come in the kingdom, man. And it's in a sweet thing is going to come even before that, spiritual power, man. Being set above all these people in the time of Jacob's trouble. Seeing these people bug out. The scriptures say, my servants shall eat, all right, my servants shall drink, my servants shall rejoice. That's what we're looking for. But what? First we seek it through the knowledge and understanding, because we know if we seek that diligently and take heed to it and cleave unto her, then what? Everything else is going to be added unto us, man.
I got a little bit more on this chapter here. So back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For Yahawashi loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
That's right, man. So ultimately the Lord, and that's to the Lord. He don't want to see you. He don't want to be with you. He don't even want to hear about you, man. And because what tell you, the scripture tell you about the abomination, or the prayers of the wicked are an abomination to the ears of the Lord. Rough paraphrase. The Lord don't want to hear nothing that you got to say, man. If you're not serving Him in sincerity, then the Lord don't give two shits about you. And so we definitely don't care about you, man. All right. If you're not seeking wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, ultimately seeking salvation for yourself and them that also labored with you, then death unto you and your family, man. All right. May the Lord bring heavy judgments upon you.
For Yahawashi loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom,
For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it.
Yeah, that's right. You got these Kemetic dudes worshiping the sun, but wait, wisdom is bright. What does it say, brighter than the sun?
It says, I'll read it again, verse 29. For she is more beautiful than the sun.
More beautiful than the sun, but you got niggas worshiping the sun when they can just seek after wisdom. But what, they can't see it because they're carnal. They're carnal. And the spiritual things are spiritually discerned, so they just can't, they rather worship the sun than to actually seek after wisdom. All right? And that's why another reason you got to take this thing even more seriously, man, and cherish it even that much more, man. Because it ain't just you can't hand somebody a flyer and then all of a sudden they got it. You know, the Lord got to give it to them. Like the scriptures say, I have planted, Apollos have watered, but the Most High gave the increase, man. We can plant them seeds all we want and hit you with them scriptures, you know, to water you. But if the Lord don't want you to grow, you ain't gonna grow. You're just gonna wither away if you even grow at all, man. Go ahead.
Real quick. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom.
Yeah. So what? Ultimately, you got to get this while you can, because night's coming. Yep. But what? The night's not gonna prevail against this wisdom. That's why knowledge and wisdom is gonna be stability of the times, man. Because there's a time coming real soon. That ain't gonna be light out here, man. You ain't gonna be able to find the prophets no more. Right? Because that night is coming.
Hey, if I can say this, right? The time is, the famine of the word is coming.
Yep.
So the light's gonna be gone. You know?
That's when it's over, man. And now the Lord really got to be dealing with you for you to find that light, you know? Go ahead, brother.
It's Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
There you go, man. So the Lord, hey, if you turn your ear from the law, like these churchgoers, oh, that's the Old Testament, blah, blah. Hey, the Lord ain't hearing you, man. You go in there hooting and hollering and praying 38 times a day, and all that's a waste of breath, man. Because the angels ain't taking that nowhere. They just balling it up and throwing it in the trash, man.
Banging your head on the damn concrete, you got a black mark on your forehead.
Yeah, right.
Because you over here praying on the floor like you crazy, man.
Praying to God.
Yeah. Praying to Allah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For unto a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin.
That's right, man. So a malicious soul, once again, the wisdom is not going to enter. And what did it say, that last part? What sin, the body?
Nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin.
Yeah, man. These people their bodies are subject to sin. Us, yeah, we still in the flesh, but what? We got YAHAWASHI within us, man. Right. So, you know, when we transgress, it's not because we want to be some niggas like these people. All right? That's ultimately where grace comes in, man. We do it unwillingly, man. But these people which are subject unto sin, man, they do it willingly. They like the brother just read, they hear about the law, but they turn away from it. They walk by the prophets, hear us talking about, you know, certain things, and they just, they're like the deaf adder, man. That goes for Esau and 2/3 of our people, man.
I got a precept when you say
that you are of the father of the devil.
Yeah, right.
So these 2/3 are just like the Esau Edomite, man. They're just like him, man. They do as he does, you know, and they're gonna. The end result of them is the same as Esau, man. They're gonna get blown away, man, by the missiles.
The exact same as Esau, and if I can say this, it's easier to win a fight when you have somebody in your corner. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you see a heavyweight bout, you see they have somebody in their corner telling them, hey, he throwing that left, dodge it, slip it. We got YAHAWASHI in our corner. These 2/3, they out here just, you know, doing whatever.
Yeah, living their best life, man.
Untrained, no corner.
Winging it.
Not even a water boy in the corner.
What better? If I can say, the scripture, the cheat code is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Lean not upon your own understanding. Like if you got somebody in the corner, you're supposed to listen to them. Yeah. The ones that go out swinging wildly, they get knocked out. You see? My bad.
I was just going to say, what better person to have in your corner than he that knows what punches he's about to throw in the next round.
Yeah, exactly. You really know. Yeah.
Before he even thought about it, he's telling you, hey man, this dude's about to come out here and doing all this bug out shit. You gotta do this and that. If you don't listen to him, then, hey, you gonna get your ass knocked out, man.
Hey. He tell you to throw a right hook, you throwing a left uppercut and you get knocked out, man. Should have listened.
Lean on your own understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's so funny because the sooner you listen to your corner, the sooner you win the fight.
And you see that, you know, these professional boxing matches, you'll hear, you know, they'll show the ring time or the corner time, do this, do that. Dude, stand up, go out there, and everything just went out the window.
Yeah,
He get his ass. He wondering why he get his ass.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So he didn't everything that he just listened to just went out the window because he not taking heed to it, man. And we gotta take. It don't matter. Hey, you gotta. And that's the time we're living in, man. Even though we getting punches, man, you gotta listen to the corner. You gotta listen to the spirit. Right? Even though you getting your punches thrown at you, you still gotta listen and then react according to what you heard, man. The understanding, the wisdom. You know.
And it's even hard to listen to your corner sometimes when you went out there and caught a right. You come back to the corner kind of woozy. You know, you gotta sit down, focus, regather. You know, let that vision get back normal, and then listen to the corner.
And you might even get knocked out that round and get up on the 8 count.
Hey,
the righteous man falls 7 times. So you got to get back up. You know, if you got to clinch him, you got to clinch him. As long as you get back in that corner and get the instruction, man.
I got one. Book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Hear counsel and receive instruction, man. Is it talking about you going up to the Capitol building or the town hall, or you going to Esau's schools to get counsel?
You fucking preaching right there.
It's talking about getting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from the Heavenly Father, man, and the counsel from the brotherhood, which is ultimately the Heavenly Father.
You fucking preaching. He
that thou
tells the truth.
mayest be wise in thy latter end.
And so that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end, because what? We're taking heed to counsel, all right? Not just acting out of your own, okay, well, I feel this. Well, like the brother said, lean not unto thy own understanding, man. You need to listen to those men that been through that. It's like, all right,
fuck the white man.
Amateur boxer. He taking advice from Mike Tyson, but then he think he know it all. You know, like that dude. He think he didn't want to listen to the counsel. He think he already know it all. So he got it. Yeah.
I got it real quick. Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
That dude is a fool because he got it, man, with that leather jacket and the skin tight jeans on. Right. He think he got it.
But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
He would have been wise if he would have just sat there with his mouth shut. But wait, he thought he was right in his own mind. So, you know, he's gonna go and probably get run over by a bus tonight.
Hey, he almost just did.
Yes,
Right.
he almost just
Like I said, it's like you being in the corner and the coach trying to talk to you. And you hear me, you like, yeah, you put your mouthpiece in and just run back into the ring. You ain't even hit none of the counsel.
Exactly.
You heard what you wanted to hear. Now you gotta, now you're gonna have to hit the pavement and you got to smell of something.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you're out for the
Learn the hard way. Learn the hard way.
Right.
Hey,
Brother, hold it. Please, you can hold it for a minute.
Yeah, this is John chapter 12, verse 36. While you have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of the light. These things spake YAHAWASHI and depart and did hide himself from them.
It was part of that light, man. This is that counsel, man. That counsel that the Lord is going to impart unto you, man, through his men and through spiritual signs too. You got to learn how to see the spiritual counsel, that the Lord gives you.
You can get wicked counsel too, bro.
Exactly, yeah. You might be like, real quick, you might be like, oh, that's the spirit. But what spirit are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? That could be an evil spirit,
This is Proverbs 22 and verse 17. Bow down thine ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge.
And who's going to be those wise men? The ones that are seeking after the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. Those are the wise men. You're not talking about the nigga running for mayor or Jeb Bush, or some bug out that self-proclaiming some kind of wisdom. Or he a science major, like the dude from last week. He went to school, but he was a Buddhist, but he's reading the Quran, and then he kind of believes in the Bible. So that's not a wise man. We're talking about the wise men of the Lord. All right, the wise men according to the law, statutes, and commandment. I say that the wise men according to the truth. All right, the wise men according to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord.
For it is a pleasant, verse 18. For it is a pleasant thing if thou keep them within thee. They shall withal be fitted in thy lips.
There. It's a pleasant thing, right? Because what, man? You as yourself become a better person. You become a better brother, a better leader. So it's pleasant in you because what you start applying these things because what you heard the wise men. And who are those wise men unto us? The apostles and elders, man. We look at them, we hear their counsel, all right, we hear their words of wisdom that the Lord imparted unto them, and they gave them to us, and so on, man. Now we're not looking at Tyrone, the nigga that's on the block every damn day. You know, everybody knows him. Everybody come to him for advice on some nigga shit, man. You know, we don't care about that, man. We care about the Heavenly Father's knowledge, wisdom, man. Which that's nothing else can supersede that. All right, we talking about the ways of life, man. The things that's gonna get us salvation, man. Anything outside of that's just gonna give you death. All right.
Ecclesiastes 1:12. I, the preacher, was king over Yasharallah in Jerusalem.
And this is Solomon, King Solomon. Right?
And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven.
That's right, man. Through wisdom, he wanted to seek out all the things that are done under heaven, man. He wasn't worried about how many bitches can I get, or this and all of this carnal shit. He was seeking after the spiritual things, man. Right. He wanted spiritual answers, man. Through what? Through wisdom. Go ahead.
This sore travail hath Yahweh given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith.
That's right. So we have to exercise ourselves in that, man. Seeking after those things, man. It's an action, man. You gotta physically, do it. You gotta study. You gotta be in meditation. All right. Seeking after the ways of pleasing the Heavenly Father, man, with faith. Go ahead.
I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity.
All is vanity. All this is vanity, man. The king said it himself, man. And he was a king. All right? He had it all. He said it's all vanity, man. Yeah. So how much more all this nonsense that these everyday peons, live because they gotta say I'm living for the weekend. That's a horrible, miserable life. You're living for the weekend. That's the worst statement of the year. You're living for the weekend. You're working 5 days, maybe 6 days a week, just so you can spend your money on Saturday. That's a horrible life, man. That's a bitter life, and the scriptures tell you death is better than a bitter life, man, versus continual sickness.
Which that is a sickness.
Yeah, that's usually sickness of the head, yeah, and a plague of the heart, Go ahead.
All is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Yep. And so just like Lot, all right, righteous Lot, all this is vexing unto us, man. Vexation of spirit. You see these bimbos walking around with these shorts, tits all out, or women, of course, or women, the Israelite woman, always, on the face of bootylicious, and then you got these cucks, you got all this wickedness out here, polluting our planet, right? Just disturbing nature itself, homosexuals, lesbians, pedophilia, all the things vexing until the righteous soul, man. We have to suffer that, man. Go ahead.
I skip down to verse 17. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is vexation of spirit. Yep. For in much wisdom is much grief.
Yeah, man, because what you say your heart and your mind to find out what's righteous, and then you find out what's wicked, because for you to know what's righteous, you got to find out what's wicked, and then that shit starts becoming vexing unto you. Read that last part again, Bubba.
For in much wisdom is much grief.
Now you got all this wisdom, and now you start to get full of grief, man. You find out the laws of the Heavenly Father. This is right. This is right. This is wrong. This is wrong. You start seeing this all, and you get grief, man, all the time, man. Seeing our people in the condition they are, following after these idolatrous ways, committing spiritual fornication, which is idolatry. Going after the way of the heathen. Our women following after the damn Edomites, man, painting their hair gold. Just all this shit that once you see this, and then you start becoming grief so much, you just want to go out there and kill people, man, really. But what, you do the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we understand that, but we can't do it. We gotta wait. The vengeance of the Lord, man.
If I could say this, well, the scriptures say when a man increases in wisdom, he increases in sorrow at the same time.
I got it.
I'll finish it out.
I'll finish it out.
It's 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Yeah, man. So you start finding out all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You become, you get full of grief. You become sorrowful, man. You don't even want to leave the house no more. You you know, you get all these ideas in your head, man. But then at the same time, you get the wisdom to comfort you. The word is there to comfort us, man, through this thing, man.
I say this too. You find out about the prophecy. You find out America's gonna be destroyed. Yeah. All these plans you have for the future, like damn, I was gonna do this. I was trying to go to Brazil. Right. I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't even fucking do that, bro.
Family's gonna be destroyed.
Change. Yeah, you get sorrowful, man. You somebody tell you that, you know, we had a character in our camp. He long and gone, but he was dating an Edomite chick. I'm sure he got sorrowful when he heard Edomites going into slavery. So what happened to him? He couldn't handle it, you know. So the spirit wasn't working.
He even told us.
He told us. But what it became sorrowful unto him. It was too much for him though. Because what? It's not for everybody at the end of the day. You gotta be because what the house of David, those are warriors, all right. The Lord's not rising up no pansies, you know. You might be, you know, every brother got his own spirit. But at the end of the day, when the Lord rises up, we all gonna be warriors. And if you can't handle easy things like that, the Lord is gonna get rid of you. You know, you can't handle a simple thing like that, and the Lord is gonna get rid of you. Because what happens when the knowledge keeps increasing? You got the basics, and you're already, you're all ready to kill yourself. Imagine when you increase in knowledge and in wisdom, man.
This is Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost?
Yeah, so you building, here it is, you know, they about to build a new Eiffel Tower here in Orlando, and motherfuckers didn't even put it together. They just said, okay, let's go build it. Right. They got 3 pieces of iron and some nails, and now everybody just standing around looking like a bunch of idiots.
No blueprints.
Yeah, no blueprints, nothing. Just a couple pieces of metal and 4 idiots just standing around with hard hats, man.
Whether he have sufficient to finish it.
Yeah, man. So maybe they got 2/4 of the way, or 3/4. Let's say 3/4. Maybe they almost finished it. Right. And now half, the rest of it just missing. Just like you down by where we live, man. You got houses that they obviously didn't count the cost. You know? they got the frame and that's it. You know, you can see right through the house, man. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it.
That's right, man. So you lay the foundation, you know, you lay the concrete down, you know, you might put the beams in, and then what happens?
All that behold it begin to mock him.
And that's what they're gonna do, man. Look, this stupid ass house with just concrete on the floor and a couple pieces of wood. The Eiffel Tower got missing leg. But in this case, the dude that fell out, his family's mocking you. You know, he was probably like, yeah, I'm be Israelites, you can't eat pork. And then all of a sudden he comes home one day eating bacon and shit. Like, yo, what she just telling us? They clowning
Thought she was an Israelite.
Yeah, right. Everybody's mocking you now, man. Your family, and then through the spirit, the Edomite he left for ended up leaving his ass 2 weeks later. So the Lord mocked him. Not only did people mock him, the Lord mocked his ass.
I was just thinking about it, right? Really, the world doesn't mock them. The world accepts you. They're glad for you to come. The men, the Lord, and the men of the Lord mock you. We mock you. But the world accepts their own. They'll gladly have you go back in there, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure his parents was like, yeah, you know.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you woke up out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Go shade.
That's it.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 8. He therefore that despiseth not man, but Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawashi, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit.
So you know when people despise us, man, which you leaving the truth, you despising us. Really, you're not despising us, you're despising Yahawashi, and ultimately you're despising the Heavenly Father, man. Read that again, Baba Kishore.
1 Thessalonians 4 and 8. He therefore that despiseth not man, but Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawashi, who have also given unto us his Holy Spirit.
That's right. So when you see the Holy Spirit, man, and you despise, really the Lord hates you, man. He put that deceiving spirit in you to deceive you. The scriptures say to deceive and the deceiver is in the hands of the Lord. Right. So the Lord, man, he put that spirit on you, man, just to really for you to be a showcase unto the prophets, man. So we can sit back, you know, give you the word, and then when we leave camp, we gonna talk about you, man. Right. Like that dude was bugged out. Really put more fear on us, man. Right. Like shit, that nigga just couldn't get it. Here you break you here an hour, you still couldn't get it. That puts fear in us, man. but ultimately you weren't meet for repentance.
This Colossians chapter 2, Colossians chapter 1, verse 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints.
That's right, man. Somebody get Amos 3:7 real quick. Hey, because this mystery, what mystery of what? The understanding of the scriptures, man. Because these scriptures have been around a long time. But what? People, not until the end, like the book of Daniel says, seal it up until the time of the end.
Right.
Like this is for now. This understanding was for these last times, man. Right, beginning back in the 60s, when the spirit really started hopping on our elders, man. This was that mystery was here for a long time, but now it's given unto the saints, man. The prophets of the Lord. Who got the Amos? Whoever got it.
It's Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Yeah, and another word, words that you can attribute to mystery is secret, man. If something's a mystery, it's a secret on somebody. And what? The Lord only revealed it unto his servants, the prophets. Or the prophets and servants, man. All right, because what? The Lord's only dealing with his prophets, but the Lord ain't dealing with everybody. The Lord, what happens when the kingdom's about to go down? The Lord don't send the whole nation of Israel. He don't send the heathen. He sends his prophets, man. All right, he sends them to warn the people, to tell his people to get right. He might tell some people to flee, all right? But ultimately, he's only revealing those secrets to his servants, those saints, all right? And that's another reason you got to cherish this truth, man. Because you can't, because for you, you know, like your brother brought out that loot, you didn't count the cost. You pretty much balling up the truth and throwing it in the trash, man. And we know what the scriptures say about that. It would have been better for you to not have known the truth, man.
Yeah, this is you going into the point that you know, he didn't count the cost and he left the and because of, you know, the Edomite woman, he didn't count the cost. So this just falls right in line with it. This is John chapter 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
The Lord chose certain men to do this, man. You didn't choose to come out. We didn't, man. None of us was in the world thinking, man, you know what? One day I'm gonna be out there in them streets and I'm gonna be reading Bibles to them people. None of us was like that, man. But what the Lord chose us up out of the world to what? Well, it said He ordained us, man. But really, we've been chosen. Lord's will we those men. We've been chosen from before the foundations of the earth, man. Before the earth was even created, right? Before there was sharks swimming in the ocean. Before there was people walking on the earth. Before a lot of these souls were even created, we were chosen. Lord's will we were ordained. All right, that's the word. We were ordained. Yeah, the first fruits. There you go. First fruits, and we're looking to be the first fruits in the new earth, in the new heavens. You know? That was it on that?
Yeah, that was the point.
Ephesians chapter 1,
there you go.
verse 4. Yep. According as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world.
So it said that he read that we had not chosen him, but he had chosen us. Now that the brother just read in Ephesians that he had chosen us through him. Through who? YAHAWASHI. You go into John 17, that whole chapter breaks it down perfectly. All right? But what? Read that again, Baba Sean, from the top.
Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. According as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world.
See, before the foundation of the world, man. That's a very key word or key statement right there, man. Before this was even made, before this was even thought of, man, there was men chosen, which are the first fruits, like the brother said. Go ahead.
That we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
And so we're gonna be separate, without blame. Having what?
That we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
In love, man. And what is love? We know that love is the keeping of the commandments, man. All right, so what? Those ones that were chosen before the foundations of the earth are going to be trying to show the Lord love. All right, and here it is scripture say, here is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments are not grievous, man. So those that were ordained, predestinated, whatever word you want to use, chosen, elect, all right, elect those men are going to be striving for perfection, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahawashi Hamashiach.
And people read that and be like, see, anybody can be. Well, you read Romans 9, it tells you who's for the adoption, predestinated for the adoption. Those are going to be the elect that needed to be brought back in, because we were all orphans, all right? But what, the Lord adopted us back in through his word, right? He adopted us back in, he grafted us back in, so to say. But beginning with what? His elect, right? Because we were all lost, we were all bastards, all right? We were all doing this and that in the world, you know, just walking aimlessly, you know, clueless. But what, then when we heard the voice of Yahawashi, he said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. Well, we heard him, and then we came to serve him. You know, we didn't have to think about it. 4 years later, we're still on the keyboards, you know. 8 years go by, you're still wondering if you should go out. You know, you made one sign, but you're not too sure about it. Right. Yeah, man, we were fully persuaded when the Lord, in our own time, you know, obviously everybody's different, but we heard it and we were persuaded, man. Because what, ultimately, Lord's will, we those men, we were chosen. We knew, that's why we get the word educate. It was just being drawn out, man. Right. It just had to be drawn out. Right. The scriptures say, I stir up your mind, or what's it? Pure minds in the way of remembrance.
Gotta go through to back him up. It's in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
And so the Most High, Yahweh, is telling Jeremiah that before he was even formed in the belly, before his dad even busted nut in his mom, he already knew him. Because what, he was one of those men chosen from the foundations of the earth, right? Prophet, predestinated. He was a prophet. So before he was even made, before he was a little fetus, the Lord already knew him. Well, let's read it. Go ahead.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Yep. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
That's just like us, man. We're all experiencing Jeremiah, man. Because we didn't choose this, man. Hey, you know, they had I didn't choose the thug life, the thug life chose me. Hey, well, the prophet life chose us, man. You know, we're not out here because, you know, I was growing up and I had, you know, little toys of prophets. Yeah, I'm going to be a prophet one day. Yeah, man, the Lord chose us, man, because it was, but now you look back in your life, you're like, oh, that's why this happened, that's why that happened. And now we're out here, man. Because what, we were ordained, the Lord had chosen us. He knew us, man. And so he set you on that track. Whatever happened, whether good or bad in your sight, it was all to get you to this point right here. Right.
It says, then said I, Lord, Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Yeah. So here come the excuses, you know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm too young. Hey, the Lord got an answer for everything. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
Yeah. So it's not you. You don't have to worry about it, man. The Lord's gonna speak through you, just like He told Moses. All right. Let's say, word not, or you shall meditate not what you shall say in that day. He's gonna give you the words to say, man. Okay, because ultimately the Lord's the one. We're not speaking of how we feel, what I ate for breakfast this morning is gonna motivate what I speak on today, or what I seen. I mean, sometimes, you know, you might see something that might spark a topic, but ultimately the Lord's gonna take over because the Lord made it so you see that, so He can, you know, make that lesson come out.
The Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So who will know his own way, man? Go ahead. That was it.
One more verse. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord.
Yeah, just like in the ancient Babylonian captivity, the same thing today. We ain't afraid of these modern day Babylonians. And he was saying that because Israel was going to come up against Jeremiah. These false prophets, they were going to cast him into prison. He said, don't be afraid of them. I'm with you. They're going to do all this, but what happened at the end of the day? They got trodden down. The princes got taken into captivity. And what happened to Jeremiah? The Babylonians saying, hey, you Jeremiah, ain't you? And they let him out of prison, man. They weren't beating him up. The Babylonians came and they said, hey, that's Jeremiah right there, man. Because they knew a prophet is well known, man. And these people are going to know Ezekiel 33:33. Then shall you know a prophet had been among you, man. Because the Lord shows favor unto his prophets. Just like he said, that's why he told Jeremiah, don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid of these people, man. And he said, I'm gonna make your head hard against their forehead.
Like Flint Adams stone. Yeah. Like Flint Adams.
But what? Ultimately, he was with them. So he said, don't worry about what you gotta say. Don't worry about nothing. I'm gonna lead you, man. And that comes with faith, man. You gotta have faith to actually go with that, man.
Right, believe that, yeah, man.
Faith in the mustard seed.
Yep.
Got a quick precept. This is John chapter 17, verse 12. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me I have kept, and none of them is lost. But the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled.
Judas Iscariot, he was the only one that was lost. But so the scriptures could be fulfilled. But what? Those that were given unto Yahushua was given unto him from the beginning, before the foundations of the earth, man. They were sanctified before the womb, man. They were chosen. Those were the first. Hey, man, those were some of the first spirits created. Lord's will, we those men.
Even on this side, man, our whole life was, we weren't lost, even though we were doing all types of wickedness, and we had our own path that the Lord had us on, but it was all leading us to this point, man. To this point, to come into this truth and to do His will, man. We weren't lost. Through the Spirit, we weren't, man. You know?
The Lord was guiding other steps the whole time. Yep. It was for an appointed time for brothers to get it.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number.
That's right, man. So ain't none of the elect is going to perish. Even if you die, you're still not going to perish. Say you die right now for doing this work. Well, guess what? You're coming back with Yahushua, man.
That's right.
You're coming back part of the charge, man, and Yahushua leading it.
Calvary.
Yeah, you're part of the Calvary, man. If you was a sincere brother and you happen to pass in this or go to sleep, we'll use that word. You go to sleep. Well, hey, you coming back with Yahushua, man. Right. Like the scripture say, 1 Corinthians, that ain't gonna prevent them that sleep, man. Right. Us being changed ain't gonna prevent them that sleep.
Some of the 144,000 is in the spiritual world right now. Yeah. You know, but that's a real honor and a glory, because they're gonna be the first ones back. Right. You know, taking heads, man.
Hey, but we prefer to stay on this side because we want to see the downfall of our enemies. We want to see the salvation. We want to, be called up into the sky, man.
Yeah, it's what it says, to die is gain, but to live is Yahawashi,
exactly.
man.
Yeah. Whether we live or whether we die, it's for Yahushua, man. For Hamashiach. And 8, go ahead.
Verse 27, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful.
And the day of heaviness and trouble is coming, man. It's nigh at the doorstep, man. We're talking about mass murders. You know, this shit that you've seen in New Zealand, that's nothing compared to what's going to happen on these streets, man. Wait till you see somebody out here with a Tommy gun just laying niggas out, man.
That's going to be happening all day.
Yeah. And women getting raped in the streets, babies, getting stomped out in the street. This is a perfect example. The Lord always brings an example of what He's talking about.
Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful.
That's gonna be one of them others that's gonna be weeping and be sorrowful, man.
But thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be merry and have abundance, man. And the Lord the Lord don't have sympathy on niggas like that do shit like that, man. He don't even know what he just did. He just marked himself for death.
Right.
He don't know what he just did, but the Lord gonna kill him for it anyway. He don't have to. He's not made for repentance, man. You can look at him and tell he's not made for repentance, man.
I always try to forgive them, for they know not what they do, man.
He was talking about somebody. He was talking about the elect though, because some of the elect still didn't know. Right. Like Paul or Saul, he was still doing. He was, But a nigga like that, man, he just need death. That's the best thing for him. Cause he think this is a joke. We out here, Instagramming or on Facebook Live. So he wanna woo, yeah. And the Lord gonna turn up on him, all right. Yeah, he gonna turn him into a ashes. That's what he gonna turn him into.
Pile of dung.
Yeah. You gonna get like a iron.
Verse 28, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee.
Yeah, so the heathen, Esau, Ishmael, two-thirds, which are counted as heathen, they all gonna be envious, and they gonna see us thinking like, what the fuck, man? There's some niggas that was out there, and they gonna see us with big grins on our faces, looking lively, shining, with a full belly, with probably a couple of some yayan in your hand, and they're gonna be like, what the hell? I'm gonna go kill that nigga, and then a bear might come in and kill him, man. The Lord gonna be with us in that day, and we truly believe that, man. If you don't believe it, then it's useless for you to be out here. If you don't believe that the Lord's gonna do miracles when the shit hits the fan in the time of Jacob's trouble, then there's nothing it's a waste of your time to be out here. We believe that the Lord's going to fight for us like we fight for him right now. So the harder you go, the harder the Lord's going to fight for you. That's why it's important to give it your all right now, man. Right. Make your calling of an election sure, man. So like that, when the shit hits the fan, the Lord going to do the same for you. Right. He going to fight for you.
Yeah, precept. This St. John chapter 6, verse 44. No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last days.
So hey, the Lord rose us up in these last days. Because what? He's this word, and through this word we got woken up, man. We came to the truth. We came to the Father. Because what? Yahawashi, whom you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he's the mediator between the Heavenly Father and the nation of Israel, man. Right? He's the one that came to do all these things so that we can come back to the Heavenly Father, man. All right? And then obviously we in the end time, the last days, you know, so that what? We can come back up to the Father now, man. But what? We need a mediator. Hebrews chapter 8. The mediator, you know. Go ahead, you gotta.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
That's right, man. So that's why one of the main points, Yahawashi bringing us back to the fathers and giving us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so we get ready for what's coming, man. So that, like the brother read, the time that where people are going to be weeping, all right, and we're going to be rejoicing. That's what the Lord is trying to prepare us for, man. We're not out here just to be out here, man, just to tell people, you're an Edomite, you're a devil, you know, just yell at Edomites, you know, or yell at 2/3. You know, we out here to prepare ourselves, man, to prepare the body for what's to come, man. Tell Israel, warn Israel, man. We out here blowing the damn trumpet as loud as we can, and people just aimlessly walking around, no care in the world.
We trying to wash their blood off our hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether they hear or whether they forbear.
It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Yeah, he shall be saved out of it. Not talking about all of Israel, all right? Because what's that? Romans chapter 10 tell you that my heart's desire is that all Israel shall be saved. All Israel could be saved, but it ain't gonna happen. But what? That he's gonna be saved out of it is talking about the Israelite man, or the Israelite elect man. Right. All right, and through the elect man, the women, child, and the friends of the prophets will be saved. The rest of the 1/3. Exactly. Them that believe on their words, man, as John 17 said, man. Because what we believe on Yahawashi's words, and then people are gonna believe on our words, which are Yahawashi's words, right. But they just gonna have to hear it through our mouths, you know, and see these miracles that the Lord's gonna have us perform, which we believe wholeheartedly that's gonna happen soon. But it's gonna be healing, raising the dead, who knows, leaping over buildings, you know. Hey, like brother quoted earlier, all things are possible through Hamashiach, man. Hey, it's gonna be limitless. The Lord said we're gonna do the same He did in greater things, greater works, man. And the works that He did can't even be contained in the books, all right? Can't even be contained on the earth, man.
Wow,
all right? Yeah. So exactly like Peter and John said, why are you looking at us like when they raised the lame man at the gate, Yapa? Everybody wanted to big them up. He said, whoa. Y'all looking at us like we did something with our own power. This is the power of Yahawashi. That's how we gonna be when we punch a hole through somebody and just fist come out the back, and when people get scared, hey, it wasn't me. That was the power of Yahawashi. And I guarantee you, people are gonna follow you after that.
Hey, y'all about to say that people shall be willing that day. What is that?
Day of thy power. Yeah.
I got it. It says, verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Yahawashi of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
Yeah, no thank you.
Right, we're good.
Appreciate it though.
Read it again. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off his neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
Yeah. So you know, we're not gonna be where we you know they're serving themselves of us like, you know, like we're doing now, man. Jake's the face of everything, really. You go to a restaurant, guess who's in the kitchen? You go to see an athletic event, guess who's on the court or on the field? You know, who's the one tap dancing around so these people can have a good time, man? I guarantee you tonight there's gonna be some kind of show, and guess who it's gonna be? It's gonna be Jake, whether they look like the heathen or not. You know, it's always Jake, man. We're the ones that make this place good, and that because if we don't serve this place, if we don't serve America, then this place would be the worst place on the planet, man. Just like Egypt was great, America's great because of the Israelites, man. Every kingdom has been great because of us, man. What happens when Israel leaves that place? That place goes downhill, man. Egypt was never great again, man. Egypt got trodden down by the Greeks, man.
Tourist attraction.
Yeah, they torched the libraries and shit.
It's a tourist attraction. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why Pharaoh got so mad when he got his wits back. He said, damn, I let him go? Shit. Round up, let's go get him, you know.
We're gonna build these pyramids now.
Exactly.
You know, who gonna do all this for us, man? Just like, you know, Trump like to say, oh, get the Mexicans and all this. Imagine if all the Israelites left America. This place would be, you won't see nobody out here, man. Just be one or two Edomites looking lost.
But we say it'll be straight pepper. We the salt of the earth. It'll be straight pepper.
Straight pepper. But they shall serve the Lord Yahawah, their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
So instead of serving all these heathens, hey, we're gonna serve YAHAWASHI and the king he set before us, man. Which ultimately is YAHAWASHI, but then what, he got the head of the 144, which is King David, man.
Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord Yahawah, neither be dismayed.
And so we're not feared, we're not dismayed at the times that are coming, or the atrocities that we know are coming. All right, the sign of the times are not making us think twice about this ministry. Oh shit, I see things are popping off. Maybe I need, you know, the persecution's about to come. You know, I see shit ain't looking too good for the Israelites. Maybe I need to think this. Nah, we ain't in that mindset. We full steam ahead serving the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
That's where our faith lies at, man. That's what we hasten for. We waiting for that, man. That's why we patiently do this. Like, hey, the perfect example that the Lord has been set on this earth right now is across the heart. 30 years, man. 30 years of 30 plus years of doing this, man. Patiently. You ain't see this man take no vacations. He ain't going in on cruises. He ain't going on the sabbaticals, taking the winters off. Hey, that's the best example we got right now in the flesh, man. So hey, like Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am of Yahawashi, you know? Oh wait, you still got a little bit? Can't hold that in there.
For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahawah, to save thee.
If you don't remember that every day you wake up and throughout the day, then you're just gonna wither away, man. You gotta know that the Lord's with us, man. He's here to protect us, man. Who ever been forsaken that called on the name of the Lord? All right? Nobody, man. That wholeheartedly believed on YAHAWASHI and his power, man, it was always justified. It was always saved. All right? The Lord always fought for his servants, man. And you see his servants before you today again. All right? For the last go around. This is the last time we got to prophesy, man.
Last hurrah.
Yeah.
For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahawah, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee.
That's beautiful. The Lord gonna bring heavy judgment. He ain't gonna destroy them. Only destroy them. He's just gonna bring a heavy judgment, destruction, mass murder, whatever terminology you want to use upon these heathen. But what he gonna save his elect men from among those nations of better and the 1/3. And ultimately the 2/3, they're gonna die and they're gonna be good. All right, but what the Lord is he's still for us, man. He never changed, like the brother was saying earlier. The Lord chose us from the beginning. All right, and he gonna be with us until everlasting, man.
It says, yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure.
Yeah, how's he gonna correct us, man? All this shit he put us through, man. Chastisement, all right, slavery, adversity. It's called the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay.
Right. It says right here. It says, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
Yeah, he ain't gonna leave us altogether unpunished, man. That's why we all as a nation went into slavery. All right, beginning in 1492 when Cristobal Colon, aka Christopher Columbus, came over here. All right, and he started committing atrocities on the indigenous people of the Caribbeans, and then they came into the Americas, North, Central, and South. All right, and then the so-called Negroes came over here on them slave ships That was that punishment the Lord brought us upon them, man. And to this day, we're still going into it, man. And it's going to get even worse. You think slavery was bad? Wait till the time of Jacob's trouble. That's going to make it look like a cakewalk. You're going to wish you was in 1682, man. All right, you niggas and spicks out here going to wish it was 1500s, man. You're going to wish it was them times, man, because it would be easier to be in them times than these last days that are coming upon this earth. Where it's going to be great miseries, great atrocities, all right?
Hey, like, so like real quick, the elder out in LA, Barack Allah, you know, he in the last week's camp, he was asking brothers, hey, you brothers got a roof over your head? You got food in your belly? You know, you got a job? The brothers say, yeah. Then what really are we going through, man? Yeah, you know, we got our light afflictions, man.
Light affliction.
It's light affliction what we're going through right now, man, compared to the hell that we're getting ready to go through, man. You know?
And even happened because the shit we're going through now is not nearly as bad as going through the slavery. Yeah, this shit sucks.
Hey, but that's the spirit. And the reason the Lord did it like that, he made this these last captivity that we're in, like right now, like this lifetime, he made it easy for us. Because we got, like the brother was saying, we got a roof over your head, you got food to eat, you got a car, whoop-de-whoop. But what? This is going to be the worst time. So the Lord, he's a balance. He gave you a little comfort, you know, so to say, because it's going to be the worst times ever on the planet.
Right.
It's gonna, what you got, brother?
This Psalms 116, verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord, Yahawah, is the death of his saints.
Hey, precious in the sight of YAHAWASHI is the death of his saints, his servants, man. All right? Not precious is the 2/3 getting a shot in the hood. The Lord ain't looking at that as precious, man. But if a man died standing stiffly for the name of YAHAWASHI, that's precious in the sight of the Lord, man. That's a martyr. That's somebody that held and endured unto the end. All right, faithful. That's beautiful thing in the sight of the Lord, man. All right, but what? Hey, on a spiritual side, we died. We spiritually died, man. All right, and we became new men. So that's a precious thing in the sight of the Lord, man. We put off the old man. We killed him off. We crucified him, man, with Yahawashi, man. The old man was crucified with Yahawashi. That's precious in the sight of the Lord, you know. Not like these niggas that, you know, they might hear the word, they might read just a couple of the signs, ask or mumble some bullshit and then walk across the street. Well, he had a chance to crucify that man right there, but he chose to hang on to him and he gonna die then. And it's iniquity. He gonna die in his incredulity, man. So that don't trouble us, man. It's actually, it gives us a boost, really. Yeah, it gives us a better chance of being part of the elect. The more niggas that don't get it, the better our chances get, man. You know? I mean, to keep it real, the more of y'all niggas don't get it, the better for us, man. Even though, you know, and like even the Lord said, he wished that none should perish, but they all will come back to repentance, but it ain't gonna happen, you know?
Just keep it real, man.
You know, yeah.
That's why Yahawashi said, let the dead bury the dead.
Yeah.
You ain't got time to play.
Yeah, it ain't talking about zombies coming out and burying people. It's talking about let these dead, you know, spiritually dead bury the physically dead, man. Right. Ain't going to no damn funerals, man.
Yeah, and just like you were saying, hey, they gotta wish they were back. They gotta wish that they were back in slavery time during Jacob's trouble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Still right here.
Yeah. Hey, see that ain't father.
They living their best life, man.
Their best life. Burning tires.
It's Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. It say, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
That's right. And here it is. This is rest unto us, man. And we're laboring and we're heavy laden. But we're laboring, man. We got a lot on our back, so to say. But hey, this is, you know, the scriptures say this is come up out of her. This is not your rest. But what? Our rest is right here in these scriptures, man, and amongst the brothers, man. Like Yahawashi said, where two or more gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of, man. When brothers are together, breaking scriptures down out here on the highways and byways, and then even when we fellowship together, that's rest for us, man. The Lord's there actually supping with us, man. That comforts us, man. Go ahead.
"Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart."
Yeah, take that yoke of Yahawashi, man, which is this word, man. You become a slave to this thing, man. But hey, that's the best thing you can do, man. Hey, because you're not gonna. You fall under the laws. People look at us, we tell them about the laws, and they look at us like we're telling them to go kill their mother or something. Right. They're looking at us. But that's what the scriptures say. They will call good evil and evil good. You know. Go ahead.
And ye shall find rest unto your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
And this yoke is easy and the burden is light, man. This ain't much. This ain't much, man. The Lord ain't asking you to make $1 million. Then you got to bring it back into Him, and then you got to do this. Nah, man. It said get right, repent, learn the scriptures, and do the word. This ain't much to ask for, man. It's our reasonable service, man.
Right. If I can say this, like the brother was saying earlier, our worst day is our best day, because we have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So we have a comforter, right? If we was bringing out earlier, we have somebody in our corner. We have the victory already.
You might have lost that round. We can come back next round and win that round.
This is I gotta bring it out. This is Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against Him.
That's right, man. So you know, you start when you come into this truth, you gonna start catching hell like you ain't never caught before. You know, you might have caught some hell in the world, but then you understand why you catching hell, and this shit, some weird shit have happened to you. You know, but wait, you gotta bear it because you know you sin against the Lord. Be like, all right, shit. Well, I did this. I remember I did that in the world, and then you paying for things you don't even know about from previous lives, man, or things you're gonna fuck up anyway. So you gonna down the road, you know you're gonna have to pay for it anyway. So you just gotta bear it, man. It's not. It's like hey, it's like ain't whether good or bad. Like how much you know what I'm saying, man. You crash your car, you should give praise to the Lord and learn. Obviously, it's for learning because the Lord ain't gonna chastise you for no reason, you know.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to say it's been on my mind for a minute. We were talking about fighting and whatnot, right? It all coincides, man. That's why I said give diligence, right? That's what we're out here doing, giving diligence, right? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time. So, like when you're fighting, we're training. Like we're talking about having somebody in the corner. This is you training. You're going through the training right now. These people are gonna go into the fight with no training.
No conditioning.
No conditioning, no nothing. You see?
No, not even watching tapes. Your past fights. They just going in there.
Yeah, they come in the ring with Mike Tyson. They don't even know who Tyson is, man.
That's crazy, bro.
This is the training. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
There you go, man. So hey, the Lord told you straight up. If you come in to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation, man. Prepare yourself for. Hey, now Satan's gonna get the green light to come fuck with you even more. You know, you probably you had a couple women in the world. Now women throwing themselves at you. You know, women that are they just throwing it at you, man. All kinds of things, man. Esau messing with you. You know, Israel messing with you. Hey, because it's just gonna get worse for you, man. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Salakia, if I can say this, when you a fighter and you win in fights, once you on top, everybody comes for you. Right. Everybody comes for you. It's expected.
Everybody can take
God, you holding the title. Why wouldn't they? They wanted to. It's a trophy for them to take you down. So you know, it is what it is.
Book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing water,
which is code word. The archers talking about the missiles. The land of drawing waters is talking about here in America where we're in captivity, man. Where we're held in captivity. The latest place of Israel's oppression, man. The latest place of Israel's captivity. The land of drawing waters. Because in the book of Joshua it tells you that they made what is it? I forgot what tribe it was. It was one of the Hamites. They made them what? Hewers of wood and drawers of water. And they put them in subjection.
I think it was Joshua 9.
Joshua 9, yeah, right. But they made, I forgot what the tribe was. It starts with a G. But they were Hamites, and they made them hewers of wood and drawers of water, meaning they were in captivity. They were in subjection. Go ahead.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahawah.
That's why we try our best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, keep his high holy days, keep his Sabbath, Shabbat, you know? We're rehearsing the righteous acts. Go ahead.
Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
The point is, we're gonna be delivered from that, man. We're gonna be delivered from the upcoming pending doom here in America,
Like
man.
rehearsing these acts, you know, that's the training also.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Because we train to become perfect. Run 8 steps, turn around, catch the ball. You do that 1,000 times, your muscle memory. You know, you become an expert at this shit, man. And that's what we do. We try and become experts at this, man. So it's over and over. It's not like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it this week, but next week I'm gonna chill out. Nah, man, it's a continual thing until the Lord returns, man. Puts it in our inward parts.
Hey, Salaki, if I can say this too, this is what builds your faith up. Coming out week in, week out, seeing the scoffers and whatnot, it builds your faith up. So when all hell is breaking loose, your faith is not really going to be shaken, man, moved. Especially when you see the Lord is working with you. You already knew the Lord was working with you back then. You're gonna, the Lord got me now, you know?
And this right here, fellowshipping, builds your faith up. My spirit is on swole, seeing brothers from another camp. I'm just like, you know what I can't even explain it. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like I'm on 100, Super Saiyan on them. You know what I'm saying? So all this, man, all of this is getting us prepared for what's to come.
Hey, that's why Paul, he was so fervent in going to different churches. He would write different letters because he wanted to uplift spirits, man. Sorry, kind, man.
Beautiful.
And that's what we do the best we can, you know, amongst each other, man. But, hey, because even brother hit you up out of nowhere, you know, that'll lift your spirit up. You know, brother came to my crib the other day, man, that lifted my spirit up, man. Out of nowhere, you know, it's beautiful, man. And because what, we know ourselves to be like-minded men, so when you're around the like-minded men, you know that YAHAWASHI, hey, there we go, now YAHAWASHI's here with us. Beautiful, you know?
Hey, how can two walk together if they're not agreed?
Exactly. I don't want to, when I'm around these niggas, man, I do what I can to make small talk with them as long as I can, but I fucking hate these people.
You're only giving so much, bro.
Yeah,
I know, bro.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, this is how you're gonna die, man.
Talk about football for so long, bro.
I know, bro. You want to talk about the scriptures, but you know, it might not go the way you want it to be. You're like, man, just get out this guy.
You don't want to catch these pearls before the swine.
I know.
But then at the same time, you want to be on fire. You want to say, hey, your motorcycle will kill you.
Like, where this came from, bro? Who is the Howard?
They like Cat Williams. They be like, Cat Williams, you're not gonna die, nigga. I got a precept.
Probably got something.
This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
And that's the thing you got to learn in this truth, man. And when brother read, prepare thy soul for temptation. Well, part of that temptation could be losing everything, and then the Lord might send Satan to make it an easy way you can get everything back, but it's wicked.
Right.
You know, so you got to learn how to be abased. You got to learn how to abound. You know, you come into some riches. You can't let that shit overtake you, because the love of the money is the root of all evil. Right. So you gotta know, right? You gotta know it's gonna be ups and downs in this thing, and you gotta know how to rock it, because it's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. When you feel like you're at your lowest point, well, the Lord can't keep you any lower. He gonna throw you a bone eventually, you know. But when you're doing good, expect the not scripture, but there's a saying that says, prepare for the best, but expect the worst, man.
Yeah, right.
You know.
It says both to abound and to suffer need.
That's right.
It's needful for us to suffer, because if not, we ain't being refined.
Right.
If you've been in this truth for however long you've been in this truth, man, and you ain't gone through nothing, man, you gotta examine yourself, man. Whether you be in the truth or not.
I say that all the time,
And if you are going through something, I mean, if you're not going through something and you're abounding right now, then you have to what? You got to give on to your brother, right? Hey, you may got it right now. One of your brothers got it right now. That was not the Lord's trying you to see. What are you gonna do? Yeah,
You can't boast in it either.
Yeah,
because that's what the Lord said. He let's go. He gives the rough preface, and He gives you the riches. You know, but He can take them away too.
Simple like that. Yeah, because you get these guys that they've been, the Lord didn't chastise them, and they were in the spirit, you know, and they dealt with it. But then when the Lord get them out of that chastisement, now they're abounding. Then I can't top ramen. You know, now they're being prideful as hell. Now they're being niggas.
Started from the bottom now.
Now they all proud and shit.
You can't let it get to your head, man. You gotta it's a balance.
I was gonna say, we got the perfect example of why you need to be chastened. Cain and Esau was not chastened; they're fugitive. They haven't been punished, and you can see what happens when you don't get chastened.
That's spoiled ass little baby.
Hey, that goes what happens when you don't get, you go unchecked.
Hey, Salaki, you start to think that the Lord is dealing with you. Like the scripture said, Esau, you thought that I was altogether with thee because you wasn't chastised. When you get punished, you realize, okay, I need to correct myself. I need to examine myself.
Consider, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's beautiful, man. And that's you go unchecked, man. Deceived. He's been deceived by his own
I am
pride.
the Most High. I'm the only one here.
Exactly, man. So, hey, but that happens to that can happen to a brother too, bro. That can happen to you, man. That's why it's important to examine thyself, whether that be in the faith, man.
Job 20 and 5. No, I'll start at 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
That's right, man. Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Oh, here it is. It's heavens. You got the skyscrapers. You got the space stations. You got a city. Everywhere you go on the planet, you're gonna see the face of a devil, right? Whether it be on a building, the owner of the building, the money, or the people giving the government the money. You know, the world central banks is everywhere. But wait, he gonna perish away like dung. What happens with your doodle, man? You flush it down the toilet. Same thing's gonna happen to the self-proclaimed white man. The Lord gonna flush him out of power, man. And it's happening right before your eyes. Go ahead.
It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream,
That's right,
and shall
man.
not be found.
People are gonna wake up in the kingdom, you know, be like, damn, really? There was a, you know, we're gonna show them holograms. We're gonna show them the Rothschilds, you know, Jacob. That he ruled over us. Is this him? Is this the man?
Right,
yeah. It's gonna fly. It's gonna be an afterthought. We're gonna have to remind people that it actually happened, man, because it's gonna be so far fetched. Just like people. We tell people that we gonna be the kings and the rulers.
Right.
It's so far-fetched.
Right.
Well, when we recount this story, it's gonna be so far-fetched. Nah, that couldn't happen. Nah, I don't believe. You know, we telling our kids, you know, showing them holograms. Nah, I gotta believe God about it. Right. This was you. You were a scoffer. You were 2/3. You was with Esau.
Hey, what they say? Truth is stranger than fiction.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
And that's how you know who the prophets of the Lord are. Who's standing in great boldness before the faces that afflicted him. You don't see no goots out here prophesying against Esau. You don't see no these dirty Hamites out here. All right? Yeah, I mean, Jehovah's Witnesses and all that, but they're not out here like we are, boldly, standing stiffly. Like 2nd Ezra 13, he said, Ezra said, who are these? And he said, those are them that stood stiffly for the name of the Lord. Go ahead.
And made no account of his labors.
So what? People don't make no account for our labors. They think this is a waste of our time. They think we're crazy. They think we need jobs. But this is our biggest occupation. All right, this is not a job. This is our career, our occupation, our duty. Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled.
Yeah, when people see what our salvation, people are gonna be troubled, man. Because people like to say, oh, well, you know, they watch these movies but when they see them chariots, that's what people ignorantly call UFOs, they gonna be troubled, right? Horrified. The scriptures tell you their hearts failing them from fear. Right?
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Terrible.
I got a question.
I'm sorry. What? I'm curious.
It's a fucking scoff.
You're just curious of what we up here for?
Of course.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Are you drunk?
Yes.
All right, well, come back when you're not drunk, and we'll deal with you. All right, we're here every Saturday. All right, just listen. If you want to hear what we're about, just listen.
Jesus said take the drunks in.
All right.
He said take the,
Are
you guys not Christians?
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Yeah, they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation because what? People see these sci-fi movies and they see little green aliens shooting in, you know, alien invasions like that. You had this thing, the meteor. They were like, oh, it's a meteor in LA. Is it an alien invasion? Well, and, you know, they got footage of people bugging out when they see chariots. Call 911. Right. You know, that's our own people. So imagine these heathen. And imagine us when we see the chariots, we're screaming, You know, they're gonna be like, what's going on?
They're gonna be a terrible fear, man.
Yeah. That's gonna put even more fear on them, seeing us rejoice, you know, crying, tears of joy, you know.
Running toward the church, they running away.
Yeah.
Trying to zapping them, we running toward what the hell?
Hey, well, hey, you know, they show in the movie War of the Worlds where Tom Cruise is running. That's gonna be us. We're gonna be, all the things gonna be zapping people, and we're just gonna be, you know.
Just look at the people's faces when brothers are sending up prayers at the end of camp.
Yeah.
You know, brothers are all sending up prayers and curses, and people looking like, what the? It ain't nothing, you know, strange, but to them it's strange, you know. But just imagine when they see these chariots, man. These people are going to be amazed, man. They're going to be in strange, utter chaos. I can't even put into words how these people are going to be. Lord, and I'm not one of those that be in complete shock, like, oh shit. Like,
Hey, and they have to. Our enemies have to see this. They have to see us get salvation.
Every eye shall see.
Yeah, every eye shall see. And in Baruch chapter 4, it tells you, as they have seen. Get that real quick. Baruch 4, like 24, I think. Read that again, though.
Wisdom of Solomon 5, I started 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
Yeah, so it's going to be far beyond what we look for, man. We expecting the chariots to come and bring havoc, the missiles coming, and it's going to be far greater than that, man. What we can actually perceive, man. It's going to be, man, we can't even really understand what's going to go down until we see it. You know that saying, seeing is believing? Well, we can't really understand how great it's going to be until it happens, man. We believe it. We don't have to see it. We know it's going to happen, but we don't understand how it's going to happen until it happens. And it's going to be far from what we expect, man. Just like the kingdom of heaven.
Our feeble minds can only...
quick precept. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. Meditate upon these things.
Yeah.
Give thyself wholly to them.
Yeah, meditate on what? These things, man, the scriptures. Give thy mind wholly unto them, man. And there's a lot of things in these scriptures to meditate. The law, statutes, commandments, the prophecies, which is salvation. Yeah, that encompasses a lot of things. Destruction, salvation, slavery, you know, the list goes on. You know, but meditate on these things. Go ahead.
That thy profiting may appear to all.
That thy profiting may appear to all. So you don't want to just, you know, just be listening. You got to apply these things so everybody can see, oh, well, that dude is different. You know, everybody in the world like, man, something different about this. Why don't you do this? They think it's strange that we run not to the same axis of writing or paraphrasing. That's the outlook people should have on you. Like, damn, there's something different about it, but it should be in a good sense, you know. That our profiting may appear to everyone, man. Yep. Like, damn, he's a well, he used to be a grimy nigga. Now he's the best. He's the most reliable person I know now.
Like the brother read in Wisdom of Solomon. How is he numbered amongst the saints? That's what's going to be our profit. That's what we're going to gain from doing all this foolishness in the eyes of these people.
Yeah, you know, the salvation. That's going to be the main profit. Our main,
the kingdom of heaven
reward. Yeah. That was it.
That was it on that. Yeah.
You got that.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
That's right.
Beautiful.
So all these things we went through, well, guess what? Shortly, we're going to put them under our foot, man. You know, we're going to have our foot on their neck, man. Just like they've had our foot on their neck for the last 500 years. All right, not just Esau, man. We talking about all these nations, man. The China shop, the China walk, the 7-Eleven, all them niggas, man. They all getting the smoke, man. All right, you come up against YAHAWASHI, you come up against Yahawah, man. Or it's like you come up against YAHAWASHI, you come up against Yahawah, man. And by coming up against us, the prophets, you coming up against Yahawah, man. And ultimately, if you put us in captivity, you came up against the apple of his eye, man. Which is his chosen people, man. He set us for, he had us here. You know, he put us through all this for a reason. But y'all just went above and beyond with it, man. Esau went above and beyond, you know. Yeah, he went overboard, man. Like, he did some shit that's not okay, man. Some of the things that Esau did does not play right with the Most High. He used them as a whooping stick, but he went and became, you know, as the Most High himself, man.
OD with it.
Yeah, he OD.
He OD with it.
And look, now they physically OD.
Right. Straight up.
I ain't tell you do all that.
Yeah, for real. I got a quick precept to back the brother up. This is Luke 18:7. And shall not Yahawah avenge his own elect?
Yeah, shall not the Lord avenge his own elect, whom he chose before the foundations of the earth, whom he promised he would save them. He said, he told the 4 angels to hold the winds back until my servants be sealed, man. Shall not he avenge those that he promised to bring this glorious salvation to? Who he promised to be the heads of his people, 12,000 of each tribe? You don't think he's going to avenge them, man? Mainly beginning with his son, you know, the head honcho, so to say. You don't think the Lord's coming back to avenge us? Here it is that we've been discriminated, castrated, raped, robbed, murdered, you know, stolen from. You know, our names been dragged through the mud. But everybody just got to hold hands now and sing Kumbaya, man. Right. Crazy.
And this next part is going to give you a definitive clue on who his elect are, which cry day and night. That's right. Which
blessed is he when men shall revile you for this truth's sake, man.
You told him from the beginning. You heard off. I'm gonna go from the top. This is Luke 18:7. And shall not Yahawah avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him?
That's why Ezekiel 9 says that mark them that sign crime, man. Who's signing crime? The prophets of the Lord, the servants, man. Those that the Lord is coming to avenge, man. His elect. Ain't nobody else out here complaining about what we complain. What they complaining about? They go, oh, I gotta work on it. Man, you complain about shit that don't matter. We complain about what the Lord hates, man, and what we see, you know.
Beautiful.
We sign and cry for all the abominations in the midst thereof, man, because everything you see is an abomination unto the Lord. Right from these cars to these hoes, man.
Hey, real quick, if I may say this, we complain about the things that these people don't even see, because the scripture says that we fight not against flesh and bones, but against powers and principalities. You know, those are the things that we're complaining about. The things that just regular Joe Schmo don't even see.
They're oblivious to. They don't have the spiritual eye to even see it. They even consider it. They don't even consider, man.
Yeah, they're just part of it. And you can't. How can you look inside the window when you're inside the house? They're all inside the burning house. You know.
And the only thing these wacky tacky Christians crying for is a new house. Oh Lord, I need a new house. Prosperity. Let me get that prosperity doctrine.
Fix my marriage, Lord.
Exactly.
Here's the collection bucket.
This is the ninth time he done stepped out over.
Meanwhile, the pastor giving counsel to your woman. All along, one-on-one counsels, you know, private,
that OD counsel. That LD counsel. That's what it is.
I see what you do.
Exactly. These Christians are off, man. We out here signing crime for Yahawah, Yahawah to destroy this fucking place. Excuse my French, man. I want out of here. We all want out of here.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, now you got kids. They're teaching your kids. All right, you got a 6-year-old son. He's gonna go to school and they're gonna say, well, listen here, little Jimmy. You want to be a boy or you want to be a girl? Here's your options. And then they brainwash him. They tell him it's okay to be a flaming faggot. All right?
Choose your sex.
They tell him, you can choose your sex. Teaching him all this bugged out shit. You know, but you're not supposed to hate this place.
Right.
Here it is. Your woman cheats on you. And sleeps with another man in your bed that you're still paying off, like the brother, like you still paying the mattress off. And she over there got another man in it. But then now you gotta pay alimony, you gotta pay for child support, now you're paying her bills and the mattress you're still paying off while she getting dick down in it, man.
Yeah, and you can't kill him. Like you're not allowed to kill him. Like what the fuck? You can't exact the vengeance or the law.
Yeah, but we the bad guys though. We the bad guys because we call out wickedness for what it is and sigh and cry unto the Lord, because this is what we're doing right now. Whether nobody hears or cares, the Heavenly Father hears and cares. Right. So we signing and crying right now to him, man.
We had an Edomite come up to the camp last Saturday, talking about, that's in the Old Testament. If I commit adultery, you think you should stone me? The brothers was like, yeah, your ass deserves to die.
Do it in Jamaica.
Don't you
see
think?
what they're gonna do?
That's what I'm saying.
Or do it in like El Salvador.
My wife, when I'm out working hard, they deserve to die.
Well, that's Jake's mentality. They'll say, well, so if I fuck another man's woman, you want to kill me? But you fuck his woman and see he ready to kill you. That's hypocrisy, man.
Puffing and puffing.
It's a righteous thing to recompense the tribulation.
And
that was done.
Lucky. When you think about it, if you knew that you were gonna get stoned to death, people was gonna hit you in your head with rocks until you died. You wouldn't be a bust down Tatiana then. You wouldn't want to be a city girl then. You wouldn't want to act up then.
And that's why you do it in front of the congregation, so it instills fear in front of everybody that lives within the community. So like, you see, this is why you don't. This is why you don't do that, because if you do that, you die like that. Okay.
That's why Scripture say rebuke before also that all may fear.
It says to put evil out of Israel.
Put evil. That's what it says. That's exactly what it says. To put evil out of Israel.
Remember the priest, if the daughter was a whore, but they burn her ass, man. You think some bitch is gonna come out with them booty shorts? They see a woman, a skank, and burn in the streets.
Burned alive.
Hey,
If I may say this, that's the spirit of me and the alchemist just talking about this right here. If you don't cut evil at the root, it's just gonna run rampant.
Exactly. Hey, that's why in Malachi said, get that real quick. Malachi, real quick. Welcome to Malachi 4:1. That's why I said all the root, everything got to get, all the philosophies of this place, everything got to go, man. Everything, man.
This is Malachi chapter 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
And what's going to cause that day to burn as an oven is these nuclear missiles. These intercontinental ballistic missiles, which are well prepared already, all right? And they just continue to build more and more as we speak. Go ahead.
And all the proud, all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
And that's good old USA for you. This is the main place where pride comes from, man. They call it proud to be a USA, born in the USA, proud to be in America. All that nonsense, all right? It's proud, man. Yeah. This is the home of the proud right here, man. The haughty looks, and ultimately this is Esau's kingdom right here. Like this is the spear of his. This is the head of his spear right here, of the beast's spear, so to say. Go ahead.
And in the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, YAHAWASHI, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So nothing left of this society. You can't leave no philosophies back behind. Well, that covers everything: philosophies, religion, ways of life, democracy, all that nonsense. The people as well, all the wicked acts, all of it's got to go, man. Because if, like the brother said, if you leave, you can't just cut the tree down, but you still got the roots are still in there. It's gonna grow back. So what it said, the branches and the roots there, everything's gonna perish, man. And these thermonuclear missiles is what's gonna eradicate all you useless eaters.
All right? What the Lord is getting ready to do to the whole world, Jake be doing out in the country, man. Whenever he got too many weeds out in his lawn, he light the whole lawn on fire, man. Kill everything, the good grass and the weeds. Right? He just light it on fire.
That's beautiful. When you let the cancer spread too far in your body, the doctor tell you there ain't nothing you can do.
It's gone too far.
It's going too far. It don't spread too far. You know what I'm saying? If you catch it early, you can cut it out.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
Yeah. You see that? So now you're looking at a change, basically a changing of the guards, a changing of rulership. Right. In fact, go into Ecclesiastes 10, and I started like verse 3. Yeah, you're gonna, and that's promised. You're gonna see the meek get lifted up. Okay. You're gonna see the proud get put down, and that's something that you can't. It's hard for you to really understand and wrap your head around, because these people have been in power for as long as we've been. It seems like we've been around. But there's something better coming. Go ahead, bro.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right. Next verse. I'm sorry.
Verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right. So right now you're looking at the earth right now, which is being run by the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, as we so affectionately call him, because that's what he is. Okay. He's running the world, is he not? Right. Okay. So it says what? In due time, that he's gonna put somebody that's profitable over this world. Okay, somebody want to get that in Proverbs 29 and 2? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We were going into cutting out the cancer.
Oh yeah, come on.
We know that Esau is the cancer. This is Revelations 11 and 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashai, and of his Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. So Yahawashai is the surgeon that's cutting out the cancer. And when once that cancer is removed, it's a wrap. He's taking over everything, bro. He's taking over all the kingdoms, all these cancer-ridden kingdoms. He's coming to clean them up and take them over.
That's a beautiful thing. And you say you believe in Jesus. Well, this is Jesus going to do that.
Right.
He's going to come down here. He's going to destroy all these cancerous nations. All right. He's going to take it all. It's going to be done in a swift manner. All right. But it's going to be painful. It ain't going to be quick and painless. It's going to be quick and painful. All right. Who had the yeah, go ahead. Well, hold that. I know you're gonna have something. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead. Okay,
This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2.
Sure.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
So it's clear right now that the Lord has to set somebody up that's profitable over this world, because guess what? The people are in mourning right now. Not even just the people. Look at the animals. All right, all the wildlife. You got animals going extinct right now.
Right.
All right. You got all types of pollutions. You know, come on, man. If I turn around, I'm sure I'm gonna see some sort of plastic or paper on the ground. This place has to go. Okay? It says that the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And the only rejoicing you see out here is a bunch of fake smiles. People going out on a Saturday, Friday night, whatever the case may be, going to drink, and knowing that they got to work on Monday. So that's all. That's a fake smile. They're not rejoicing. This is a little small, escape from reality. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You wouldn't want to go. You don't want to have to go out on Saturday night if the righteous were in authority.
Right.
You will be in perpetual bliss. But we are living in a wicked world right now. So this man right now has to be taken out of power. Go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Out of course. Everything is flipped and turned upside down. Smack it up, flip it up, you know what is it? You know what I'm saying? Oh no! Yeah, read it again.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
That's some of them. The whole shebang is out of course. The whole thing needs a reset.
Right.
It needs a hard reset. It needs an engine swap. The transmit, everything needs a transmit.
Title and all.
Hey, it's like one of them old Nintendo cartridges. Take it out, blow it, put the alcohol with the Q-tip.
Right.
Hit play. It's golden. Man, go see Mario 3.
See, that's the same thing, man. This whole world is out of course, and it has nothing. Well, actually, it does have to do with us because we went off. We broke the law, statutes, we broke the covenant, we broke the fact we have a YAHAWASHI, so what? He did this to us. And it's fair, okay? It is. We're not crying about that, but like the brothers were bringing out earlier, this man went above and beyond to be wicked.
The precept.
Okay, go ahead.
It's in Zechariah chapter 1, verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that they are at ease.
Oh, man.
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
These people helped forward the affliction hard, buddy. Esau, specifically you. All right, we're looking at you right now because you're the one that we're in your hands right now. All right, when the Lord comes back, we're gonna be found in your hands. And you know that's against the law, right? Okay, that's against the law what you did. So you have to go to jail for that. Okay, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right, because what? Favor was shown unto the wicked, Esau. Okay, you got all the, hey, you got the blessing. You got a blessing. The fatness of the earth. All right, you got the sword. But then, like the brother just read, hey man, you helped forward the Israelites' affliction. So what? Read that again.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10.
Right.
Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness.
There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible for this man to know and understand any kind of righteousness. You can sit there reason with him for an hour. You can debate with him. You can bring in all the facts that you got from his books. His books that Edomite actually wrote and authored. You bring it out. You got the Bible right there. You got the internet here. Here's timestamps, all this, and you're still not going to understand. Go ahead.
In the land of righteousness, he will deal unjustly.
Yeah, he's gonna deal unjustly. That's all he knows how to do is this be opposite. It's always opposite day with Esau. Go ahead.
And will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
And he's gonna have to. That's the beautiful thing about it. The day's gonna come where he's gonna have to behold the majesty of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. We're gonna make him, okay? Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, the Lord's gonna use his men, all right, to exact judgment on these bastards. All right? If someone want to get there in Ezekiel 25. Yeah, I know brothers hold precepts too.
Go ahead,
It's Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth from man and sells him, well, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Oh, so you have to. Hey, bro, when the Yahawashi comes back and finds out we're still in your hands, guess what? There's a penalty for that. Okay? And no, you're not gonna be on death row for 11 years. All right. No, you're going to be put. Actually, you are going to be put on death row for 1,000 years. Right. It's going to be, and it's going to be the worst. Oh my God! I just thought about that.
Then finally get executed.
Yeah. Oh my God! I just thought about that because you like to put people on death row. Yeah. You like all that. Have them sit behind a cage and shit. You got tax dollars paying for that shit. All right. Well, guess what? You're going to be put on death row for 1,000 years. Generation after generation. You're going to die on death row. You're going to come back, be on death row. When you come back, you're going to die again. Come back. The same shit over and over.
Hold up, you saying I can't hang myself in a jail cell?
Oh, you can, but you gotta come right back to the oh shit. Come right. Also, that movie, Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. You can kill yourself all you want, bro, but you gonna come right back as a newborn baby with chains around your ankle.
I got no precept, Bob.
Please.
This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou doest chasten us, thou scourges our enemies 1,000 times more.
See, the enemies are gonna feel it 1,000 times more. 1,000 times more. 1,000 years, baby. Hey, man, that's a long time to really have to suffer. That's a long time to suffer.
Double the cost.
Yo, bro, we're catching 500 years right now. Ultimately, it's gonna be a point where we're gonna be out of this. Hey, if you measure times as it says in 2 Ezra 9, it's looking pretty clear that we out of here pretty damn soon. We don't know what day is gonna happen, but it's looking pretty good right now. It's looking pretty good.
No precept, Bob.
Hey man, we're getting close to the end of this society, bro. We can see it. We can literally taste it. We see the prophecy gonna pass. Hey, Elder Apostle Tahar, he deemed it the year of Karagma. Now what? You seen all this biometric shit popping off? Like, oh shit, it's about to go down for real. Like it's literally the year of Karagma right now. Like the man called it. Like the man literally called it. So we looking over here, we watching like, yo, if that's like the last prophecy that needs to come to pass before YAHAWASHI comes back and saves us. So we're psyched right now. We don't know when it's gonna happen, but yo, the time is right. Okay, so now we see that Esau, he's supposed to catch some serious hell, bro. All we gotta do is do this. Go ahead, bro.
Psalm chapter 58, verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance.
Go ahead, read again.
Psalms 58 and 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
We're gonna wash our feet in the blood of the Edomites, bro. And that's how literally gonna be watching. You know what I'm saying, boy? That's how much slaughter is gonna. What did it say? The blood's gonna be up to the horse's bridle.
Right.
Yo, bro.
Dye garments from Basra.
Yeah, dye garments from Basra. Isaiah 63. So now we're talking about a bloodbath out here. A bloodbath. This is in the Bible. This is in the Holy Bible. The same one you got on the coffee table on the dashboard of your car.
Right.
God was love.
Okay.
I thought God was love.
You got the cross around it. Yeah. God is love. Well, God is love. A matter of fact, somebody bring out Proverbs chapter 8 and 16. Real quick. Hold real quick. I just want to bring this one out. Someone get Proverbs 8 and 16. Hold that real quick though. Because God is love. God is love.
He preaches love. This is love.
This is love. But the Lord is only loves certain people. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 16. Be my prince's rule.
8 and Proverbs 8 and 16. Oh, 17, sorry, 17.
Proverbs 8 and 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
God, so the Lord is only loving those that love him. How do you love Yahawashi Yahawashi? You keep his laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Everybody else, like you said, if you don't go with wisdom, the Most High don't love you. We read that early. Go ahead, bro. I knew you had that one.
It's all good. Jeremiah 51 and 19.
Go ahead.
The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things.
Yeah, Jacob is Israel, man. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. All right, and we are the form of all things. Okay, we start everything. We set the trends. We do everything, bro. Go ahead.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahawah, Yahawashi of hosts, is his name.
Or the Lord of armies, if you want to be specific. The Lord of armies. Okay, an army isn't no peace. Ain't no peace for a loving about an army. Go ahead.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Who is the battle axe and weapons of war? The Israelites. Go ahead.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Okay, so with thee, who is the thee? Who is the thee? It's the Israelites, but who? More importantly, is the elect of Israel. With thee will I destroy nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. We can't. Obviously, we don't have the capabilities of destroying a nation in this punk ass flesh. So the Lord has to come back, and he has, and basically what's going to end up happening is we're going to be changed, as it says in the Bible. We're going to be changed. Okay? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after, I will send many hunters.
Oh, wait, hold on. Read that again.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Right. Somebody real quick get Mark one in like 16 or something, where it talks about the fishermen.
I think Luke 5 and 10.
Yeah, it's a few of them. You know, I just know that one by heart.
Luke 5 and 10.
Yeah, where it talks about fishermen. Yeah, man.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Mark chapter 1, verse 17. And Yahawashi said unto them, Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men.
Right. He was talking to Andrew and Simon.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So what? You saying what? Follow me and I'm gonna make you fishers of men. Alright? What's that mean? Mean that what we're doing right now, prophets. We out here prophesying, bringing people into the fold through the spirit and power of Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. Okay? This ain't of us. This is of Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi, bringing people into the marriage. But it's like fishing. Like you reel the thing out and you pull it back in. Go ahead.
Hey, and if I can say this about fishing, if you ever been fishing, you're gonna get all types of fishes coming in. You're gonna get old boots, you're gonna get rubber tires, hubcaps, you gotta throw some of them back out.
Things that aren't worthy of keeping.
You got it,
yeah, but there's some but the ones that are worthy of keeping, those are the ones that remain. Okay? That's what we're looking for. Worthy, what's it, meat for repentance. Okay. Now get that.
Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord.
All right, so this is in the Old Testament. All right, it says that this was written before Mark and Luke and all that. Okay, the Lord said, "I'm sent for many fishers," saith the Lord. Okay, and what you're looking up here is actually fishermen. All right, spiritual fishermen. This is what this is. Go ahead.
And they shall fish them. Right. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock.
It just got real dark real quick.
Right.
All right. He said, "I'm gonna send for hunters." Those same fishermen are gonna become hunters, meaning that the Lord is gonna. It's gonna be no more Mr. Nice Guy. Over here, we're being Mr. Nice Guy right now. We're reading the Bible. Okay, we're reading the Bible. We're not hurting nobody. Okay, we're the First Amendment. We ain't doing shit, breaking no laws. Reading the Bible. But the Lord said He's going to send for hunters next, where it's going to be like shing, 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 shing. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of death out here. But again, it's not going to be. It's not going to be everybody holding.
We fully loaded. We fully loaded.
That's why you don't see no different straps. That's why you know what? Everybody's strapped up over here. Spiritually strapped. Everybody's spiritually strapped up here. All right, but that's what this is fishermen. We're spiritually strapped. We're the fishermen. But ultimately, the Lord's going to send for many hunters, and we're going to hunt them out of the holes of the rocks. Okay. So we're gonna go into your deep underground bases. We're gonna get you out of there. You're gonna be in the forests. You're gonna be in the mountains. You're gonna be anywhere you at. We're gonna find you. And we're gonna get you and we're gonna skin you alive. The spirit and power Yahawashi Yahawashi.
If I can say this, we know Slaki. I just wanted to say that's how we know that's a future prophecy too, because he says that not only in the cliff of the rocks we're gonna get them, but underwater. Back then they didn't have technology to go deep underwater to hide like submarines and things of that nature.
Why would it say that?
Exactly. Why would it say
got
that?
it now. We got it now. So and if you know, you got all types of military. You got underwater bases. Hey man, I remember a few months back there was an article that came out that was like an all women, like they had some kind of underwater base or in some mountain base. There was a bunch of women. There was like soldier women. Or I forget what it was. It was a long time. It was a few months back. And I remember I was talking to one of the brothers. It may have been one of the other camps or whatever. And it was like, yeah, see, they got the women all set up in there for us. You know, you destroy the ugly ones and keep the good looking ones. All right. But that's the point. You got underwater. You got in the mountains. You got in the deepest forest. Space. Come on.
Just like the movie Predator. He ain't just kill people. He tormented.
Yeah, he hunted.
Yeah,
he made sport out of it.
Right, right.
Sport.
And that's the thing. They had fun when they had us in captivity and catching us and selling it. Well, we gonna have fun too. So the Lord's gonna let us have our fun, you know, in righteousness though. We're not gonna be doing the buck breaking and no wicked shit like that.
Con, that's why the Lord said better is the end of a thing, because Esau got fronted the words. Like, yeah, you can have the prosperity now, but I'm gonna charge you interest on the back end.
I got to I've been holding it.
Go ahead.
God, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, you was talking shit way back then, man. You never give us a helping hand. Always talking shit behind you, outside of your mouth, always in the back. Raise it, you ain't doing shit. Like, damn, bro. Like, yeah, you put us into the affliction. All right, way back then. We was caught into captivities, and you was all cheering. Man, fuck you, bro.
Well, raise it means burn it
down. Yeah,
so
burn it down.
That's why they've ultimately been burned up.
Yeah, it's just a what do you call it? A dramatic or fitting end to this fucking asshole, bro. Raise it. Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon.
Oh, so hold on, right there. So Esau is the daughter of Babylon. Edom is the daughter of, it says it right there. Right. So now that closes that argument. I know motherfuckers like to see, I don't mean that. Yeah, it does mean that. Okay, Edomites is likened onto the Babylonians. They're the daughter of Babylon. Okay, let's finish that.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Destroy their asses, right?
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right, because how did they reward us? They rewarded us with violence, rape, robbed all of our shit, our heritage. We don't even know who the fuck we are, and we think we black. Like, we black and I'm probably got the fist on, got the Africa. That ain't us, bro.
Right. Got the pick with the.
Right. Back to Wakanda.
Say again?
Back to Wakanda.
Oh, Wakanda forever. Yo, Jake was wilding over that shit.
Yeah, man.
They finally got a little hope in their life with that.
Until the second one came out,
coming up
they
to the
seen
camp
Wakanda
building.
destroyed.
Yeah, everybody coming up to like this. Yeah.
Hey, Jake had the dashikis on. They had.
They got a little hope in their life for a second.
And they was ready to buy plane tickets to Wakanda,
I'm
thinking it was
telling
real.
you,
Like,
no, bro, it
hey,
don't exist.
Hey, but what the scriptures say, my people don't even consider.
Yeah,
They looking for something so bad to be a part of it, and they don't even consider.
That's why you gotta have. That's why we do it. That's why we talk shit about our people. We do have a little bit of compassion to them, man, because they trying. They don't know.
Well, shit, this is the biggest compassion we can show you. Feeding you at a soup kitchen and walking you across the street, it's just prolonging your miserable life. This is what's the real compassion,
Yeah, we gave up our lives. We gave up.
My mom whooped my ass when I did something wrong, or my dad. That's how I know they love me. I didn't think it was love back then,
right?
But now I know.
Hey, now look at you. You're an upright, standing citizen.
Soldier for YAHAWASHI.
You see that? See, this is the best thing we can do for you. We love you, bro. We do love our people, man. We ain't just athletes being jerks out here cursing at every black person we see. No, we honestly, truly love our people. But and we know that you're looking for something. We know you're looking for something. But honestly, you're gonna have to die on this side because you're not gonna get it. But finish that right there because this is about Edom.
It says last verse 9. Happy shall he be.
Read verse not 8 again.
I'm going to start at 7.
Oh yeah.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
Ooh, that's when we're gonna really show some joy. All right, but it's hard for us to really imagine doing that in this flesh. You know, I honestly, me personally, I couldn't take a eat of my baby right now. Like if someone say, you can do it, you won't get arrested. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, bro. You know, that's why you need the fury of YAHAWASHI on you. You're gonna have to be changed, bro, in order to exact that vengeance. Okay?
I just watched that movie, The Farm, bro.
I was just telling them
talking about it.
Oh, that was cold, brother. Damn.
I guess I gotta watch it.
Hey, but hey, at the same time, hey, brothers out here with different spirits. Me and you might not could do it.
Our next brother
but the next brother will be like, give me two. Give me two.
I couldn't do it, bro.
Yeah, brother out here doing tricks with it, just flipping it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it right now. I need more fury on me, bro. I need more fury on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's beautiful. Like the brother said, the next brother would be able to do it. Really, right now, brothers are at the end of their rope. Like this shit is all wicked, and it's all you motherfuckers' fault, bro. You so-called white people, bro. All you white people, all y'all going into slavery, brothers.
Right.
Okay. Y'all going into deep, dark slavery. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck a lot. All right. You're gonna be, like we always say, you're gonna be banging big rocks into little rocks.
Big rocks all day.
And your pillow's gonna be a rock. Everything's gonna be rocks in your life. You're gonna be sick of rocks.
Oh yeah, like what's the movie Django? He said we're gonna send you to the now. They gonna work you all day.
Work you all day.
Till you die.
Till you die. Till your back give out.
In the kingdom, man, like if I was saying, I'm gonna have Edomites, since they love caves so much, I'm gonna have them just living in the caves, breaking rocks until they die. In the caves, not even seeing the sunlight.
I'm telling you,
in the caves.
Busting them with their head.
Yeah, you gotta make your tools. You gotta make your tools out of rocks. Everything's gonna be rocks.
Got a quota. Where's all the where's the small rocks at, man? Don't see the small rocks here.
I'll be fucking with y'all.
Start over.
Start over. Are you spiritual powers make the world back?
Put it all right back until the back
do it
to the
again.
mountain.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Do it again. Yeah, man. Who got something?
I got a little more.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35. I can start at the top, but I'll start at 5. This is verse 5.
No, start at the top. Start at the top.
Okay.
No, see.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against
If
it.
someone could find the precept in Genesis where it says Edom is Mount Seir,
Yeah,
okay, because people like to don't say what you don't say that.
I love going to that
Okay.
verse.
Well, why would the scriptures? Why would the Lord say to prophesy against the mountain? What did the mountain do?
Yeah, the mountain.
I got it.
You got it, bro. Go ahead.
It's Genesis chapter 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
There it is. I mean, that's pretty clear, okay? That's pretty clear that Esau, Edom, and Mount Seir are hand in hand.
If I may add real quick, a perfect example is when the Lord says Jerusalem. He's talking about Israel. He's not talking about the city Jerusalem. He's talking about the Israelites.
People before a place.
Exactly. It's a people before a place. Same thing with Mount Seir. It is a people before a place. And the people that it is you so-called white people. Go ahead, Owen.
Verse 3. And say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
So the prophecy is saying that the Lord, YAHAWASHI, is against the so-called white man, against the Edomites, against Esau, against Mount Seir, against the so-called white people, and he's going to stretch his hand out against you. Not to bring you in for a hug, okay? He's sore with you. He's done with you. He's angry with you. This is a bad thing. Go ahead.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh.
So America's going to be destroyed. All of Europe, where you Edomites dwell, is going to be destroyed. All right, it's going to be flattened. Okay, anywhere where you Edomites dwell and have built cities is going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right, because what? You completely put us into slavery, you killed us. This is today too, what? Esau killing Jake. Y'all police is on a whole another level with the violent shit. All right, y'all are basically militarized. You see Jake, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you see Jake out there, he's walking down the street smoking a cigarette. You want to ask him for the ID. He don't want to give you ID. Next thing you know, he's in the goddamn casket with body bag. For what? For what? Killed him. You killed him. You killed the man because he refused to give you ID. Oh, he had a tag light out, and the man may have had a warrant or something, and he tried to pull away because he don't want to get in trouble. And you shoot him in the head. Oh, you shoot him in the chest or something, he starts leaking out. Come on, man. You have blood in your hands. Go ahead, read that again. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I always like to look for perpetual. You know what it means, but I just love looking it up.
For edification.
Yeah, perpetual, never ending or changing, occurring repeatedly, so frequent as to seem endless and uninterrupted.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty clear. Continual. Read that again with perpetual hatred.
Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Hold on, stop again. You still get that? Yeah. So, read it again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred,
never ending or changing, occurring repeatedly, so frequent as to seem endless and uninterrupted.
Hey, and I bet you slavery seemed like it was going to last forever for Jake. He saw on Jake's ass every damn day, man. Shoving food down his throat, making little babies pick cotton, man. Making the old who couldn't even walk pick cotton, man, with broken legs. Hey, that shit, hey, boy, you damn devils got something to pay for, man.
I'm getting angry. You should say I'm getting more angry and angry.
I got a precept
where
for
one
you
of them
too,
babies at, yo? I'm about to.
I'm ready now.
Go ahead for a little bit.
I got a precept.
Yeah, precept on that. Yeah.
I was gonna say something too, right? That perpetual hatred, that show you why they it's coming out now that they doing blackface and shit. Yeah. It's a never-ending slavery. They just took the robes off, but they still got that hatred deep down inside, man.
And it has to come out. It has to come out. Go ahead. Who had the precept?
Yeah, I just had a precept backing up his precept. This is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off our pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Yes, you did those things perpetually. Yes, I word again. You pursued your brother Jacob with the sword. And yeah, we understand, yes, the sword is your blessing. You're just using your blessing. We understand that.
Right.
But you came with your brother with that, bro. Okay? And now you have to pay for that. You did it continual. All right? Never ending. Now go back into that Ezekiel.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, because you love blood so much. Oh, you love blood so much, man. Oh, man, you like killing people. You make all these scary ass movies.
Right.
All right.
You like to drink it.
Yeah, you like to drink it. You have the steak tartare. Y'all into some weird shit, bro. Like, I'm just getting all these images in my head. You Edomites.
They'll eat their women out when they're on periods and everything.
Hey, well, that's why they get that concept vampire. It's a pale ass dude. They love drinking blood. You know, that really, you know, they say, oh, Vladimir, which Vladimir?
That's a Jake.
It's Jake. He was impelling you Edomites.
That's right.
That's why they demonize him.
But
really, that vampire concept comes from you devils, man. You pale-faced devils. Drinking blood. You know, you gotta stay away from the sun. You know, that's Edomites, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you see, that's Esau. Yeah, God. Yeah. You see that? Now read that again. Judgment. Oh, Lord, yeah, read that again.
God. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Right.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
So yeah, now you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to feel the blood. You love blood so much. Well, we got plenty of blood stored up for you. Don't you worry about it. Somebody get that in Numbers 30, 35, 33, or 33, 35.
And Genesis 96 too.
I got a quick print because
Plenty blood.
we're talking about Esau, right? We know Cain was the first murderer, but also Esau. You know, that same spirit. Genesis 27 and 41.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. That's where that perpetual hatred came from. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Hey, so like, can I say something? Please. It goes even farther back than that, man, because that's why Cain killed Abel, man. Yeah. Cain is the Esau reincarnated. That's why he wanted to kill his brother again, man. So hey, that shit go all the way back, but that's when it was really made manifest and sealed when Esau was on the block, you know.
Hey, so like I can say this, right? So why did Cain kill Abel? Because he envied his brother, just like Esau envied his brother.
This Genesis 3 and verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Read that one more time, brother.
Genesis 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
That's why Esau and Jacob are at it. That her was talking about Israel, man. Her seed, you know. So like the brothers are going into that perpetual hatred, man, the everlasting, what was it? The brother went into
everlasting, never changing.
So they hated us. They hated us the same.
Forever. Yeah, that's why we're still enemies to this day. All right. What's that more?
Nah, I got that number for you.
Oh yeah, please.
Numbers 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shared therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right. And the so-called Native American Indians were here. All right. And you know all the 12 tribes. I mean the 10 tribes. Okay. What ended up happening was they shed their blood. So you can't cleanse the land by shedding their blood. But you have to shed the blood of them who shed the blood initially, which is the Edomites. So this land can only be cleansed by the blood of the Edomites. All right? Really, the whole world is out of order. The whole world is defiled. So the whole world needs to be cleansed by the blood of them that shed the blood initially. All right? What you doing, trying to get me water?
Yeah, they came the last time, offered us water. We cut them up.
Water got yeast in it, huh?
Yeah, the water got yeast in it.
Sodium You got sodium bicarbonate?
Yeah, there's some brands of water that got this on it.
Hey, that's twice tonight, man.
Got precept, got precept to that number. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12.
Yes,
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity.
Woe to him that builds a town with blood and establishes a city with iniquity. Who did that?
Esau.
Yeah.
Exactly how America was built.
Who done that? Who he look like? What's he look like? What color's his skin? Fuck me.
Red.
Who is he? Yeah, you know. Yeah, you Edomites did that. You established a town with blood. You built us a town with blood, the blood of the Israelites. Okay, and you established a city by iniquity. Okay, yes, you did that. You did them. That's America. That's exactly what that is. That's America. And then also get Nahum.
I was just on my mind, huh?
Go get it, brother.
That oppressive city.
Yeah, man. That's you Edomites all day. That's you. That's you Edomites, bro. That's you so-called white people. That's the Bible's talking about you white people. You can't say that the Bible's not racist. The Bible's for everybody. The Bible's talking about you white people. You so-called white people. I'm sorry. You so-called white people. Okay? Edomites. I'm just using that as edification. Okay, anybody walking by. You white people are in the Bible. Go ahead.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Right.
Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not.
Right. The bloody city is America. All right. The United States of America. It says what? It says woe to that city first and foremost. So death and destruction to it. Okay. And it says the prey depart not. Who's the prey? We're the prey right now.
So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. And you confusing the faces that you may look like a so-called white man or another nation, but you catching hell too. Right. You don't know why you catching hell, but we're telling you why you catching hell because you're an Israelite. You Yasharah, you're a prince of the power. You just look like one of these damn heathenistic nations, but you're a real prince of the power. Don't worry about what you look like. Come back into the understanding. If you were heeding out his word, and it's striking a chord with you, then it's coming to the fall, man. Come rest with us, bro. We ain't worried about what you look like. Just come wrestle with us, bro. We getting the fuck out of here soon. You got some
precept. Oh, you got something
to back you up. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 2. Now, thou son of man, wilt thou judge? Wilt thou judge the bloody city? Yea, thou shalt show her all her abominations.
It's gonna be open up to you. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna show you what you did. All right, you killed that. You destroyed the Israelites. Okay, you polluted the world. Look what you did to the whales. Look what you did to the manatees. Look what you did to everything, bro. Look. I'm showing you. Look what you. That's you. You did that. Okay, and you can't deny it. Your people did that. Your lineage did that. And it's like the brothers put out earlier a few hours ago, Isaiah 14 and 21. Okay? That you're the children of your forefathers. You have to pay for that. Somebody got to pay for it, bro. We pay for our forefathers' sins. And we all pay for our forefathers' sins, but we ain't all destroyed out here. We came back into the law, statutes, and commandments. We came back into the understanding of the Bible. Now you have to pay for your, just like we paid, you got to pay the same way for your forefathers. Isn't that fair? Isn't that fair? Who got something?
I got something.
It's Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, you got for thy violence. For thy violence. You're sick. Read it again, bro.
Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
For thy violence, bro. You a violent man. Walking around with the sword. You are a violent, deadly man. You have to be put down. If this place were to go on another 10 years, this planet would not be able to sustain the amount of wickedness.
There'll be no life.
Seriously.
What you did to the Israelites, that is unforgivable. What you did to the Israelites is completely unforgivable, and you need to be punished for that. Go ahead.
I just want to give the people at home a visual.
Go ahead.
Because the brother said when a city is built on blood, it can only be cleansed through the blood of the people that spilled it. So this is how Yahawashi gonna clean it up. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, starting at 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as we saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
What did he do?
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
So just like the brother read in Numbers, all right, that's the way the land is going to be cleansed.
Land.
And it's really going to be no blood per se. It's going to be just a bunch of dust. You're going to be vaporized.
Just like Water World.
Like Water World.
Hey, it's gonna be with the vessel of destruction.
Vessel of destruction. Go back to Isaiah 14. Come on.
And if I could say this, well, Esau, what did they say was accused of his brother, right? So this is Psalm chapter 50, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thy slanderest thy own mother's son.
See that? That's you, Edomite. And really what's going to end up happening is you're going to be wiped out. Okay? Well, there's going to be a remnant left. You got to have a remnant left for some slavery.
You got to have something. Right.
All right? But ultimately, you're going to be wiped out. Because what? Look what you did, man. Just your own brother. Your own brother. See, Jake wasn't going to do that to you. Esau. Jake didn't do that to you. All he did was, and no one was YAHAWAH to supplant. That's really what he did, but he didn't try to come at you with no sword and nothing like that. Nah, bro. You was impatient. You didn't really want the blessing. You hated the blessing. You thought it was whack. I ain't need it. I just need something to eat right now.
Gone. He came to us. We were just chilling,
Done.
making some stew, probably sipping some yayan, man.
Kicking it, bro.
He was out there hunting all day.
Hey, too much.
Hey, he was out there hunting all day. He was famished.
Gone.
You didn't catch a damn thing either.
He didn't have that. He didn't have that melanin.
He came up and just fell down.
Probably sunburnt.
Sunburnt.
Jacob at the grill with the yaya. What's up, bro? You straight?
Yo, why you look like that for? Hey, yo, can I get some of that? He ain't tell him it was raw. He was like, yo, I can have some. Yo, you want it? I give it to you. Give me your birthright.
Hey, the Birdman hand rub.
Yeah, all right. That's my chance. He's like, what you gonna get it for?
He did tell him it was. He told him it was undercooked.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He said, I'm famished. He said, what did it? He said, get it. Let's get it. He said it.
Oh yeah. Go get it. Yeah.
Hey, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it.
Like, you sure you want this?
The birds is dying.
You sure you want it, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Basically, if you know how to, if you look like Apostle GABAR always said, man, when you read it, you gotta be like, and you know Esau came and Jacob was still cooking it, man. It wasn't done.
Come on, man. Don't eat that now. Just have a little.
Yeah, just chill, let it cook, man. No, bro, let me get that right there, right now.
Hey, that's like you go to a car lot to go buy a car and you tell the dealer how much money you got to you tell him how much money you got to spend, how much you gonna put down.
Right.
Before you even pick a car, he gonna get you to the biggest piece of shit he got.
Right.
He gonna get you real quick with that, you know?
Right.
That's what Jacob did. He said, oh damn, you about to die? Okay, I got you.
Right.
I got something for you, boy.
Is that bad? I don't want you to die. I mean, but I need something in return, bro. You got that, Genesis?
God, that's true.
Yeah, man. Because ultimately, man, that's you Edomites today. You just completely impatient. That's why you got all this. Oh yeah. Okay, you get.
Okay, this is Genesis chapter 27. Start at, I'll get straight to the point. Verse 24, 23, 22, 22, 21. Yeah, 21. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may fill thee, my son, with. No, stop it. That's right.
Genesis 25.
25.
It's 20.
25 and like 26.
Yeah, it's probably around the same.
I got it. This is Genesis 25 and I started 29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
So he knew. Yeah, I'm about to say he knew. Yeah, he was full aware.
For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Slakia. Yeah. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Yeah, they call his ass Edom now. Like they probably started calling Edom right there. Like, yo, why you want to arrest for, bro?
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
So what happened was he didn't have faith. He was carnal.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage and lentils. And he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
And if I could say this, right? Esau had no understanding that he was the wicked. He was carnal, right? He didn't realize the birthright and the blessing, because he got mad, remember? He said twice Jacob supplanted. It was the birthright and the blessing was the same deal. He didn't have the understanding to understand that it was the same. See?
It is what it is.
More on that?
That's it.
I got Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Idumea, who's that?
Edom.
Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's right, the people of the curse. Who's the people of the Lord's curse? Edom. Okay? So that, and what? That judgment's going to come down upon Idumea. And And again, that goes back in the prophecy. And if you read that, it talks about the glittering sword. Okay? It's going to be a sacrifice, a great sacrifice in Basra. Okay? This is all, it seems like really cryptic, but it's prophecy. It's talking about you so-called white people are going to get destroyed. It's going to be a big bloodbath. You're all going to get destroyed and burnt up in your own land, and the Israelites are going to be risen up.
That's right.
That's basically what it's saying. Go ahead, bro.
Got a precept. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possession.
Right.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Right.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Right.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
That's right, man.
For the Lord, Yahawashi hath spoken.
That's what we're waiting for, bro. That's what this whole thing is about. To see our enemy fall. Somebody get that in your pocket.
I got it right.
Man, everybody on point with spiritual. See, this is spiritual powers on a low level. Everybody on the same mindset.
I've been holding it for a minute. I thought I was going to have to hold it to the end.
You got it, bro. Bring that bad boy up.
This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
Right.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
That's right! That's right, man. We're going to live, Lord willing, man. Lord willing, the Lord has mercy on us so we get to see that, man.
That's right.
I want to see that so bad. It ain't talking about me, it ain't about me. But I'm just saying, man, personally, I want to see the fall of this man. You know how beautiful that's going to be? You know how amazing that's going to be? You know how rewarding that's going to be? How fulfilling that's going to be to actually see this man fall out of power? We get to actually see it and witness this with our very eyes, and maybe even take part of it. Bro, man, that's what this is about. That's why we're doing this. We want to see righteousness prevail and wickedness fall. That's what this is about. I don't care what all this, it's all about love. Yeah, it is about love. About love for the righteous. The righteous is showing love. All right, brothers are up here showing love. This is a big sacrifice right here. We're giving up our lives so we can serve YAHAWASHI. So just maybe, there's a chance that He'll have mercy on us. We don't even know we're part of the elect. No, that's a lie. We don't even know we're part of the elect. We don't know. We're just doing what the elect would be doing in these days. And Lord willing, if the Lord has mercy on us, we're gonna get to see the fall of this man. And it's gonna and hey man, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Esau's at the top of the top. Slowly and surely he's starting to lose his power. Matter of fact, someone get there to Job 20 where it says we fill his belly. Because hey man, he thinks he's gonna get this, I think it's like 20 something. He thinks he's gonna get this new world order popping up. He really thinks he's gonna do it. And he's gonna come dangerously close to getting it. Hey, the microchip is about to be unveiled soon. And it's about to be pushed out across the world. You're gonna start seeing it in different countries. And then it's gonna come to America. When it comes to America, you know it's popping. This man thinks he's about to win. He really thinks he is. Somebody get it.
Joe? Yeah, I got Joe.
You got Joe.
Job chapter 20, verse 19. Because he oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not,
Right.
surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Nope, he's not going to get a chance to. But he thinks he will. Go ahead.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Right. Straits was a difficult, position of difficult. Okay. Dire straits. What does it say? Read it again.
Job 20 and 22.
Right.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Every hand, and the wicked is saying there is actually the Israelites. Right? When it's saying that every hand of the wicked shall be upon him, that's not talking about the wicked, like the actual wicked, like Esau's the wicked. It's saying, if someone looked that up, that's actually talking about the Israelites, if I'm not mistaken.
always perceived it as the other nations. Remember how they're gonna rain missiles on it?
I believe it's talking about. I remember. Someone look it up in the blue letter wicked. And that
22. Job 22. 2022.
Yeah. Hold real quick here. It says toiling, concretely a laborer, all right, figuratively sorrow, all right, that's who's the laborer, all right, who's the workman, it says workman, that is a misery, had taken labor, wicked work, that's talking about Israel, okay, all right, so read that verse again.
Makes sense. In the fullness of his sufficiency, that makes sense because it said they're going to be in straits.
Right.
Because we're going to put them in a position, we're going to be wicked to them. We're going to be putting them in a position of victory. That makes sense. Oh, Lord, Yahawashi outside. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Get your ass. Somebody get Micah 5 and 7 and finish that.
23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahawah shall, that's it right there. Yahawah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, when you think you about to win, you think you about to win. The Lord is gonna cast fire on you, bro. He's gonna check the clouds, man. You think you about to win? Oh, the New World Order. Hey, we got concentration camps, everything set up. No, bro. Then go crack the clouds. You're gonna see the big cloud. Oh, bro, it's gonna be great. When you about to fill your belly, you're sitting at the table, you about to eat, and then somebody slap the table over on your ass.
Nacho taco.
Slap that taco.
Nacho taco. Shit, straight up. You gonna do me like that?
Go ahead with Micah.
Micah chapter 5 verse 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, whom if he go through, both treading down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver.
That's wicked. That's pretty wicked, if you ask me. That's Jake talking. This talking about Jake doing that to you Gentiles, specifically you so-called white people. So it says every hand shall be upon every hand of the wicked shall be upon you, man. Man, the Bible is cold-blooded, bro. That's why we up here in fear, bro. Like this is not really, we happen to be amongst each other. But honestly, this ain't nothing to take lightly. We're talking about mass death, okay?
Serious business, life or death. And like the brother said, it's just like for Esau's living cherishing, he's cherishing things, and it's like that guy that get that fast break. And they down by 2 points, right? Or they down by 1 point. He think he about to hit the left to win the game, and he see all the girls and he see everything. And then the spiritual LeBron James come and just
slap that shit off the
backboard. Yahawashi come in and just gonna end all of that. But he gonna wait until cause mouth water and then he ready to take that first bite, like the commercial. Boom, it's over with, man. Call Allah Yahawashi.
Call Allah Yahawashi. See? And somebody get Ezekiel chapter 25 and 12. I don't know, brothers got precepts.
I got a quick one to back you up because you said this thing is serious, right?
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 9. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
Hey man, that's pretty serious. That's the Bible, bro. Lamentations, mournings, and woes. That's a lot of bad, negative things, okay? That we have to take in, and we've taken it in physically. We were put into slavery, damn it. Okay.
So like, if you look throughout the scriptures, you know the Lord's track record. Blood ain't nothing to you how about shot when you're on the wicked side. The Lord can catch your body. Check his background. People get to the New Testament, they forget the Lord got a track record of catching bodies on his own people. The Lord caught 30,000 bodies one time. Boom. 30,000 Israelites like that. How much more the wicked?
He was talking about the New Testament. He reminded them in the New Testament. He said, what he said about the world being preserved. Noah. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's Peter 3, 2 Peter 3.
Being preserved. Noah, not the fire. Yeah. The world is being preserved for this life. Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 6, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Slakia, bodies. That's what the brother just said. Bodies. Go ahead.
But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Lava. More bodies. More bodies. Fuel for the fire.
Lava.
Missile food. Exactly.
And the Lord ain't new to this, he true to this, man. And you know what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah?
Oh yeah.
The worst thing you could do was repeat the same mistakes.
He
about to
said,
flip the mattress.
Jude 1:7, he said, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for us how know not to live.
Example.
This is, I got a precept. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, because initially all the warriors were fought, hand-to-hand combat with
Sword,
sword.
right. Shield, right.
Shield, cling. You got arrows, cling.
Right.
But this battle that's about to go down, and it's not far-fetched. This battle that's about to go down is going to be, burning and fuel of fire. That's not far-fetched, because what, you got nuclear missiles? Hey, it's been like that since the mid-1900s.
Done.
Pure fire, all right? After they started learning how to make bombs and yo, bro, that's biblical prophecy. That's talking about bombs and nuclear destruction.
And all the Lord did really was make a more efficient judgment machine. Like the Lord ain't got to raise up an army and send 50,000 across a 1 year, 6 month journey. Now all the Lord got to do is have these people press buttons, and judgment happens on millions.
That's right. Millions. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord Yahawah, Bahashim YAHAWASHI, will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye ought to be in our holy conversation and godliness?
Knowing that all this shit is about to go down, bro, what type of person are you to be right now? Like, I shall be out there in the whoa spirit.
Right.
Hell no.
No, that's the wrong spirit, bro.
2 Corinthians 6 and 14, the Lord say, be not unequal together with unbelievers.
Because if you are, then you're going to get taken by these things. All right? Burning and fuel of fire. Okay? Fervent heat. You ever opened an oven before and that shit was on fucking like 420 degrees?
Speaking of an oven, this is Malachi chapter 4. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day,
a day is coming, viewers, whoever's listening, that is going to burn as an oven. This is written in the book of Malachi. That day hasn't come yet. A day is still going to come that's going to burn as an oven. And how is that going to happen? Through nuclear destruction. Right. That's the fire that it's been talking about since the days of Malachi. Right.
So what's the
I bet you ain't know that.
Say their tongue shall burn, consuming their mouth and eyesight. Zachariah. I know Zachariah.
You was just mentioning about you open up an oven.
Yep.
Right when the World Trade Center, right, when the plane supposedly hit, them people were jumping from the 95th floor because they said that fire, that heat from that fuel, that jet fuel was so hot. So just imagine the missiles, man. The fire from the missiles, it's gonna be 1,000 times worse than that.
Well, they say that them nukes burn like 20 million degrees. between 10 to 20 million degrees.
Imagine having a choice of, I get burned to death, or I can jump out this window.
Right.
Bro, that's judgment.
You're not gonna have a choice when the nukes are
Yeah, no, yeah.
They have a choice.
No choice, bro.
The
You have to
2/3
check
they skin go peel like a Laffy Taffy wrapper, just fall off.
that. Matter of fact, somebody hold that sign up. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Like, you know what, I be meditating on them all the time, right? I have a feeling when them nukes hit, man, you know, like, you're not gonna die instantly, man. I believe the Lord will preserve you. It gonna go slow motion.
In Zechariah, it tells you that as they stand upon their feet, meaning you're alive.
You're alive.
If you're alive, that's the only way you can stand on your feet. If you're dead, you're on your back, you know. So while you stand upon, read it. Read it.
Zechariah.
So like, if I can say this one thing, so you read that, just like the bomb said, Hiroshima and
Nukes go with it.
they were on their feet.
Hey, check it out.
Skin was no
Nukes going this way. Straight to that.
Chronological order.
Literally,
As the missiles.
That's my
These
favorite.
are the results right here.
You see how that lower, not lower comp, but Sarah Khan, her best.
That's right.
Hey, my bad. Hey, Twitter video games on mine. I know.
Go ahead, read that.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths.
Hey, Salakia. Then they shall know a prophet had been among them.
Right.
When you stand in the way, because you know, like, damn, I should have listened. You know?
When the alarm hit their phone, Russia sent nuclear bombs. They
Hey, we were just talking about the other day when the brother in Hawaii. Exactly. You see people live Instagram feed, they panicking. What should we do?
Oh my God.
What should we do?
Oh my God, babe, what are we gonna do? Oh my God.
And that day, it ain't gonna be nothing you can do.
And that brother was rejoicing.
Yeah,
He was
God.
like, Lord willing,
God.
you know, that brother was like, hey, it's over with. No more jobs, no more wickedness.
He was ready.
You know, that brother saw the light in the
God.
tunnel, man.
Hey, call all YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
Lord, y'all about to
Of course, we all like that in that day.
I got a quick read. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Brothers, that's all you gotta remember, just wait. Alright? The vision is set for an appointed time. That's why we don't know the date that this is gonna happen. Not even Yahawashi knew. Okay? This thing is set for an appointed time that only the Most High knows.
Is that 2nd Ezra chapter 9, measure the time diligently?
Yes, measure the time diligently. I was just thinking that too. I was just thinking that. Measure the time diligently in itself. Okay? And we are able to measure the time by measuring the time. So I wanted to bring it out just so we could read it and then break it down because
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So by measuring the times, we look what we do. We look at the news. We go online. We read different articles. We go outside. We observe. We fellowship with the brothers, see what they know. So we able to see things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's showing us signs.
Okay. Because ultimately is read the scriptures.
That's because when you watch the news and then you filter it through the scriptures, it's like, okay, that means we in this time. We're about to if they're talking about nuclear war and they're talking about fire and burning as an oven.
See the chip?
See the chips, microchip, you can't fire a cell without it.
Right.
That's a major problem.
Hey, Con, and if I can say this, that shows you that the deceived and deceiver is. Because he put it plain and simple form what the chip is, described it to a T, but there's still brothers out there teaching, there's still brothers out there that don't believe that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast.
Right. So, spiritual, it's an embargo, it's Christianity, it's Jesuit Force.
It's everything
but the easy and simplest thing to describe. That's crazy. That's the most.
And I just did a video this morning about this neuroscience, and they were showing how it say 40,000 people have a chip in their brain right now, man, in America. Right, yeah.
In their brain?
They have it in their brain?
In their brain right now. I did a video on this morning, dog.
Hey, Con, because
Neuralink, this guy fucking...
What was it? The military already put them in chips in their head to have them fly drones.
Right.
To have people fly drones. So
right. They said 40,000 Americans got the chip in their brain right now, man.
That's crazy.
Looking at babies and shit. All these people who are paraplegic and shit, trying to
right, like the movie Upgrade,
yeah. Trying to do some experiment shit, some Frankenstein shit. That shit ain't gonna work.
And what they said is, they said they was like a monkey can use like 70%. They said like normal people use like 100. They was like normal people use like 100% of their brain, and like the smart ones use like 140, 160. But with the chip in their brain, you like 200%.
Okay.
So they're gonna be looking at the 200%ers. They said at least gonna get that. They're gonna give regular people a downgrade to like 160.
Okay.
So they're gonna look at the regular people like they're nothing.
When you're about to fill your belly, the Lord's gonna flip the table. You ain't gonna get a chance to do this shit, man.
What, that was in your video?
Yeah. But you see the link, bro. Yeah, it was an article in the news.
It's on your page?
Yeah, some
Okay,
Look at that. Go ahead, bro. Back you up.
Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Not looking good. Not looking good. His days are numbered.
Days are numbered. Tick tock.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. But blessed are your ears, for they see, and your ear. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower.
Yeah, man, and the beautiful thing about it is that those prophets are seeing it because they hear.
Yeah, right.
Here it is. They reading all these things from the Old Testament. You know, like, man, I wish I could see that. You know, I wish I was. I want to be there when that happens. When the day burns like an oven. When they take down the Grecians and the Romans. I want to see that. Well, you are seeing it.
That's why they got that YOLO mindset.
Say again?
That's why they got that YOLO mindset.
Well, that's what these people in the world do, yeah.
Yeah.
But our people, but the righteous, they really want to see the downfall of our people. The Northwestern neuroscientists researching brain chips to make people super intelligent. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna fail miserably with that shit. You're gonna make people retarded with that shit. That shit ain't gonna work, bro.
You're gonna make them paralyzed.
Yeah, you're gonna try some shit and you're gonna end up hurting somebody. Let this do it to the Edomites. You Edomites want to be super intelligent, let them do neuroscience on your ass. That shit ain't gonna work, bro.
If I can say this, what Esau's trying to do is he's trying to electronically get his blessing. He's trying to electronically get what Jacob was gonna get naturally.
Artificial.
Right.
Carnally.
He's creating an artificial heaven.
Yeah, he doesn't have faith in YAHAWASHI. He doesn't have faith that he's the children of God. He knows, here it is, he thinks that God loves everybody and that we're all gonna get the blessing when Jesus comes back. But why are you doing that? Why are you doing that then? If you believe that Jesus is gonna come back and he's gonna save everybody and everybody's gonna get redeemed out of here, then why are you doing that? That's a good question. Now we need answers to that. It's time for you people to start answering questions. Because ultimately, we're the only ones that are showing true faith by coming out here and doing this. Coming in your face. We're standing boldly in front of our oppressors, telling that you're a piece of shit. Okay? And you're gonna die. Please.
This is Esau. This is Job 21, verse 13. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto power, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
Yeah, that's your Edomites, bro.
You're
like, why should I serve him when I'm God, basically? I know where you're going. Yeah, he's like, I'm God, bro. What's gonna prompt me to serve some imaginary God? I'm gonna use this God to control the people. I'll do that. I'll use the God to control the people, control the masses. But ultimately, I'm the God, and you're gonna worship me. That's what he's like. It doesn't serve him to worship somebody else. He needs to be worshipped.
Let me tell you. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4.
Exactly.
I'm going to start at verse 3. Let's start at verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed,
right?
The son of perdition.
Right, the son of perdition. All right, we're gonna find out who that is. That's pretty clear who it is now, but he's been revealed. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right. Who is doing that, bro?
Esau, Edom.
Where's that Cesare picture, man?
You read he black Edomite.
No, you got right here. Good. Read that last part again. Showing himself that he is God.
Second Thessalonians 2 verse 4.
Right.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God,
right?
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right. So he's went to the point right now where he's completely whitewashed everything and put his face, his pale crack ass face, in a position of the Israelites, of YAHAWASHI. He's showing himself that he is God. What else is he doing? He's brain chipping people.
And ultimately, that's him showing himself as the Most High by chipping everybody, trying to chip everybody.
Right.
You know, pretty much branding you as his possession. You know, that's what the Social Security is all about. Birth certificate, all that shit. It's about documentation, meaning show proof of paper. You know, when you get a car, you gotta have proof of paperwork. Like if you get pulled over, you just buy a car. You gotta have the bill of sale.
Ownership. Your paper. You gotta have your paper. How else does he show that he is God? What you got? Look at that right there.
Yeah, cameras.
Cameras right there. Look for one. There's 3 fucking cameras right there.
Esau knows how to control everything. So that's what they just trying to play.
He's doing omnipotent.
So he want to see everything. You got webcams. Like he can turn your camera on when your phone's off. And he just want to see everything, know everything at all times, man, like the Most High.
That's why Jay can't get away with no crimes no more, because he's on camera everywhere he goes, man.
So like in 28 said they are wiser than Daniel, man.
Yep, they're wiser than Daniel, when they are. They're wiser than the children of light.
If I may say this, I think in China right now they have something called the point system, where they have like cameras on every block, social credit, where they catch you and like if you jaywalk or something, it catches you on the camera and it identifies you and it goes towards your point system or something like that.
Your score goes down. The score goes down. People be shaming, man. They'll put you up on a billboard. Yeah, this guy jaywalked.
And if your social credit is too low, you can't travel. They'll lock you in the
What they do to
kids can't get in kids can't get in a certain private school.
Yeah.
So hey.
You can't buy a train ticket. You can't get an airplane ticket. If your social credit score is too low, then you can't do nothing.
There's a series on Netflix called Black Mirror. They actually had the episode.
With the
She was like, she had to take pictures
that flight.
Esau put it out there, man. Esau put it out there himself.
Hey, this is why we call you the devil.
That's right.
Right.
It says the man of perdition shall be revealed.
Got a quick brief. This is Revelation chapter 3 and 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
That's talking about Jake, man. Yep. That's talking about Jake and Esau.
No, it's talking about Jake and Esau, because Esau puts on this portrayal of being the superior, and really he's the basis, man. That shit rolled in glitter. It looked good on the outside, but when you cut it open, it's shit, man. That's Esau, man. That's like the end of the Wizard of Oz when they moved that sheet. Some old crinkly Edomite.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
And meanwhile, they behind closed doors drinking baby's blood, jacking off in glass caskets.
circumcising babies with their mouths.
Right, all kind of folly, man. And when you speak against it, you the enemy.
You're
The rule of the world, everybody.
Right.
Fucking faggot. That's what we get, and we do hate Edomites. Yes. We hate Edomites because YAHAWASHI hates Edomites. All right. So we hate what the Lord hates.
We hate YAHAWASHI.
All right. Call me wicked if that's the case. Fuck it, I don't care.
And ultimately, Esau's the weed in the garden, man. So like the Lord likens like the Garden of Eden.
Yep.
Esau's the weeds, man. He's turned all the other flowers into weeds as well, man.
We the grass and they the weeds.
Right.
Anybody else got anything else?
And that's cold too. Go ahead,
I was just gonna say King David even said, "Why not hate them? They hate evil."
Right.
Right.
For the perfect hatred.
Perfect hatred.
I just thought about something how when Cain got kicked out of the land of Nod, right? So when it said Cain wanted in the land of Nod, they outside the temple. They profane.
Right. Can't get right, man.
Can't get right.
Mr. Can't get right.
Even when you look up, when you brought up the son of perdition, what is perdition? Utter destruction. Utter destruction. You know?
Not regular destruction.
Yeah.
Utter destruction. And that's you. That's you Edomites. Your very appearance shows destruction. Okay?
Very apparent show that the Lord hates you.
What do the Lord call it? We call it the border of wickedness. When you go into that word border, it means region or territory.
Right.
So everywhere that man everywhere that man walks, death is sure to follow, man. Like it say on Planet of the Apes, you know, the harbinger of death.
Hey, it tell you that in Habakkuk chapter 2, man. Yeah, it say they are as death, man.
It cannot be satisfied.
In that movie, it said he gonna make a desert of his land and yours.
And yours. Yeah, that was the prophecy.
Don't let them multiply.
That was in the scriptures in the movie.
They will not rob, possess the land.
That's Isaiah.
And he quoted it. He was like, get the scroll, 23rd verse. And then he told Cornelius, he was like, Cornelius, get this scroll, that verse. I was like, yeah.
Chapter and verse.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Read it loud, read it loud.
That's a classic.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
But I wasn't in slavery back then. I wasn't around back then.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, you can think what you want. You wasn't there back then. Well, guess what? The Lord says you have to pay for it. If I leave, if we all eating at a restaurant and I was supposed to pay for it and I dip, somebody got to pay for it.
Hey, if we at the table, you don't have to pay for it. You have to be right. If you get up and bounce, when they come back, they want to hear that.
They ain't trying to hear that. Somebody got
at
it.
the table.
Gotta pay.
You ate, right?
Hey, God.
Somebody
Bring it back and watch
Read on.
this.
Get the best of the destruction. I think that's the name. A couple verses.
Verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut them off from Babylon, the name, the remnant, and the son and the nephew, saith the Lord.
Yeah, you're gonna get cut the fuck off, man. You're gonna get cut off from life. Go ahead.
I will also make it a possession for the bitter and the pools of water.
Right.
And I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction.
Yeah, the besom.
The besom of destruction.
Yeah, and that word besom, it really means like a sweep, like a sweeping agent, a broom. Okay.
The Lord got the real street sweeper, man.
Yeah, man. The besom of destruction, man. That's a dope thing to say, bro.
Hey, come.
Hey, what do you use the broom for? You use to clean it up, clean things up.
Yep.
That's what the Lord says. Just clean this place up, man.
I was gonna say, bro, when I read the script, you can't tell me this ain't Jake, man.
Yep.
Esau can't write this shit, man. Esau can't write this shit, man.
Poetry, baby.
Bars.
Come on,
That's
bars.
some Biggie type shit, man. Biggie Tupac type shit, man.
Great heat.
Straight heat, bro. Salt, no pepper, man. Come on, you already know.
It's saying that he's gonna sweep this land with the best of destruction. In other words, he's gonna blow this place the fuck up. All right, we're talking missiles, we're talking lasers, we're talking UFOs. Okay, the whole 9 yards. And you don't believe it, you don't gotta believe it.
Right.
Hey, Salakia, that's just the climax. That's mercy for you 2/3, man. Before that, you're gonna go through famine, race wars.
Right.
You're gonna eat your babies.
Right.
Man, all manner of hell, man. You're gonna be wishing for that missile.
Right.
In the Bible.
Got a precept close out on. It says Job chapter 4, verse 9. By the blast of Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
Fair enough with that, man. But blast. Woo! And that's what we've been telling you. This is the sentiment of the night. All right? Destruction. Okay? Destruction is coming to this place. And so, you Israelites, you so-called blasted Spanish Native Americans, this is really a time for you to get right. Just, watch these videos. Grab your scriptures. Follow along with us. If you don't believe, just continue to listen until you're fully persuaded. It really is not time to lollygag. It's time to get this knowledge. Get it now while the Lord may be found. Because that's saying that it's the time that the Lord is not going to be found. Right. That's going to prophets going to be taken off the streets. The famine of the word. You see into the book of Amos. Okay, these things are coming, and you're going to have the knowledge and wisdom to keep you stable. If you don't have it, you can't say that. You can't blame anybody else. We're giving it to you for free. This is free. Right. Okay? All you have to do is pay your electric bill, your internet bill, and you're good, bro. And if you live in a city where there's prophets, maybe it's a good idea. Maybe go out there and listen with them. Why don't you go rest with them?
Hey, Con, I ain't never passed a test that I didn't study for. Every test I didn't study for, I failed.
Straight, likewise.
Con.
Likewise, you can't wing it.
Do this work, man.
Yeah, pick up a shovel, man.
That's what I can say, bro. Repent ye, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent.
Oh yeah, he said, look up, so your redemption draws nigh.
We almost brought that out earlier. Yeah. But with that, anybody got anything else?
That's it, all right.
So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Baruch
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Salutations to the Akim out there that push his word and truth and sincerity week in and week out, day in and day out without wavering and in sound doctrine. Shalom to your sisters as well, to the listening meekness, quietness, and humbleness. And Mawaf love above.